Welcome to Marantz Rantz, no advice on finance. Spin the wheel and take a chance. Get an NFT and a little education. The system got undertow, that knowledge is flotation. You wanna learn? Well, you came to right place. You pumping AMC, might get slapped in the face. Get your due diligence, know who the villain is. Don't be a sheep when the shepherd's carnivorous. So come learn, laugh, and maybe you win big. And listen up, y'all, the wheel is not rigged. Everybody get a chance in the live chat. Kyoto spin wheel, you win just like that. Retail fight back and this retail winning. Y'all just wait, man, this is just the beginning. All fellow simians, GME group singing the truth. We just chillin', infinity pool swimming. So welcome to Marantz Rantz. A lot of knowledge but no advice on finance. Don't even need pants, you can tune in naked like Henny the Mayo Man. Internet's most hated. Don't wanna lose your money, then it's time for you to listen. If you're ignorant, invest in AMC or superstition. The stream about ready, they told us to don't dance. I do what I want. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. 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 Welcome to Marantz Rantz.
Oh my goodness. What a long night. If I look like I just woke up, it's because I did. About 4 hours ago while I was studying, doing the best I can. I'm the one guy that's going to tell you the truth. Obviously, I've found that out over the night. Numerous videos came my way. Everybody's just passing stuff around to me. So I've decided a couple things today. One, I'm going to be here for a while, and I do have things to do. It's 2 days before Christmas. So first, I just want to say, guys, welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. I don't have a TV on. I don't have anything to distract me right now. It's just me and you. And it's me and you for a reason. The reason is because everyone in this world wants to tell you, well, why they're excited about this split. I'm calling it phase 7 at this point because what the hell? Is the phase 7 is right here? No. Hey, let's break it down one by one. Because I have had to sit here and watch video after video. You know, I was talking to Almo last night. I'm always going to start out the conversation. I was talking to Almo last night because I really do. I'm on my way home, man, and we're like a bunch of females. I'm calling them on the phone. Hey, what's up, man? What you doing? Yeah, man, you see this video? Yeah, I saw the video. All right. And so I had to watch Phil For Real. I had to watch Tony De Niro. I had to watch AMC Bigums. I had to watch Marcel, Butcher of Nothing. I had to watch these guys. And I had to decide, like, who do I want to actually, like, watch, play it back, really listen to, and break down, because everyone always says, Marantz, you got to do a reaction video, or you got to break down their video and just tell them how they're wrong, because they're not willing to come onto the show. Like, I have an open invite. Like, the door is open for anyone against, well, whatever the hell I'm saying, right? And I'm not wrong here, and we haven't been wrong, none of us, because I'm not by myself. I mean, we have a group, right? We do our research. I don't call it a think tank. I don't call it, the Goonies. I don't call it Moon Gang. I don't call it none of that shit. I just say, we're a bunch of dudes out here in a Discord. That's free, by the way. Discord's free, and you can join. It's easy. And you get into the Discord, and you sit there, and then you read some of the stuff that people are posting, and you can brainstorm. So, elitist, yes. Hi guys, and thank you so much for everyone that's back again. So I really appreciate you guys, and hit the like button. Sure. Here's the breaking news. Breaking news is hi guys, my cats are out here fighting, bro. Hey yo, Binks, can you calm down? Like, all you guys, thank you. They can't, so give me a second. Yeah, bro, you guys don't know what I'm going through. Hold on, let me go see what's up. Hey, can you guys calm down? Hey, leave me alone. All right. Sorry about that, guys, but I'm back. I feel the bad, legit, for the first time for Investors AMC, just trying to be positive, got pulled into this stuff. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. It's the crazy part. People out here are trying to break this down and trying to show you the positive. Like, everyone's trying to remain positive. Like, a guy like Phil For Real, you really can't watch and get anything from it, because he's just going to play back and piggyback off of whatever Bigums and Boss Blunt say. So he's going to be like, oh yeah, I'm convinced now because of these guys. It's like, you have no thoughts of your own, and that's fine. And we don't want to hear his thoughts because he's pretty ignorant. But beyond that, I'm looking at AMC Bigham's. Like, I really went into his video and I'm listening. I'm just like, whoa, he doesn't get it. And what I mean by they don't get it is because they're missing out on like the main thing. And I'm going to play it for you. Okay, guys, his video is 45 minutes long until I had to hit quit because that's when he started taking questions from people, which was stupid too. But if you got 45 minutes to kill, I'm going to kill it with you right now. So I apologize if you don't want to see this part of the video or if you guys don't think I should do this today. This is the only interaction I'm going to get with someone who they think is the brains of AMC. And I'm going to show you because I've just listened to it. I think I have a good idea of what he's saying. I'm going to skip some of it, but I'm going to play it at 1.5 speed so we don't have to sit here for 45 minutes and beat ourselves up. But, it's giving people hopium. So I hope you guys understand. I just emailed you via YouTube. Can you answer my question really quick? Nicholas, I can. Time with Marantz, 34 viewers, enough said here. Okay, Chris, that's cool. We had 1,400 people watch the show yesterday. But you're worried about the 34 that are in here right now. So, good luck, Chris. Appreciate you. Should have waited. Yeah, Ryan, I understand, and I got you. 33, now 34. Good job, Emma. No, he's still here. Okay, let me go look at my, you say you emailed me? I don't really check my email during the stream, but I'll do it for you. You could always go to Discord and DM me. But Nicholas, I see you, man. All right. You don't mind if I read this, Nicholas? Is that fine? All right, here you go. And I will go over the video in a minute. So we're going to go over this. So hopefully, and I'll probably answer this question in the video, but we'll do it now. I've been in AMC for nearly 2 years and just found out 2 days ago. Okay, what the F? Wish I would have found out 4 months ago. I would have still been in the green on my investment. I've suspected bad things about Adam Aaron since June of 2021. Since June. Okay, I mean, and I'm not a seasoned trader, but I can spot bullshit when I see it. But I've been conditioned to hold from all these YouTube, Twitter people. I wanted to sell in June when I was at 70K ahead, but didn't because it was going to $1,000. There's a lot of numbers in between $72 and $1,000. That's the first thing I can tell you. I'm hearing a ton of chatter about shorts being forced to cover an ape. Can you shed lights in this upcoming video? Absolutely. I asked because AMC investor who's about to lose everything, I literally have nowhere to go else or anybody else to turn to with questions without being called a shill. Where does it say that shorts have to cover? I'm seriously considering taking an 80% loss in AMC and dumping what's left into GameStop in hopes of breaking even. Can you cover this ape has to cover crap in your next video? I'd really appreciate it. You know, Nicholas, I'm happy you're here, and I was going to address this with the video that I'm going to be doing. And first thing I want to tell you is this. One, obviously, I can't give you financial advice as far as you taking your losses and putting them somewhere else. You might see GameStop on the walls, but that's because I support the company wholeheartedly. I don't tell you what to do with your funds. It's unfortunate that you are in AMC. I get that part. It's going to get worse. It really is. How do you know, Marantz? Well, if you listened to me 4 months ago, I said it then, and I was right. I'm sitting here in front of you, and I'm telling you again. And I said it, a year and a half ago. There's nothing that's going to make this company be profitable. But am I being suppressed? Absolutely. I'm going to show you something, Nicholas. Like when you listen to it in totality, okay? You're looking at your investment as in, can it be salvageable? And I'm looking at your investment as in to say this is what tuition is. For a lot of people, they have to lose money to find out exactly how to make money and or to become profitable. There's a lot of businesses out there that go bankrupt. And because the guy who's running it thinks he has an idea or, he thinks he has an understanding, and then he finds out the truth, and he finds out what he's not planning for. And that's why people in their 50s and their 60s make a lot of money because they've failed so much in life, and then they finally figured it out. I don't know your age range. That's not it. But if you haven't been trading or if you haven't been investing and you haven't done it beyond macroeconomics, you're going to find out that you're following the wrong people. To not take profits or not understand, like when you say $1,000, I see it going to 1,000, right? And when it was at 70, 60, 40, 50, you saw all the insiders selling everything. I'm talking about all the people that already have money are willing to take losses, or willing to take not a loss, but a profit at smaller amounts than what you think it's going to, only because they know what the value of money is. I say, hell no, man. What's $1 million? Well, that's about 5 years' salary for some of those guys that were cashing out. Like, hell, man, I have to work I have 5 less years and I get to retire. Like, they're looking at the bigger picture of things, and people are going to be right here shouting. This is why I don't understand. I'm watching a guy like Boss Blunts yesterday. I was watching his video. Boss Blunts, I gave you a view. He's like, man, on this one account, and he's just showing you one account, and he's like, I'm at $40,000 on AMC. I've lost $57,000. And I'm just like, okay. He's like, but I'm not taking that loss. No, because I know it's going to go up. And I'm just like, listening to myself. I'm just like, that's a year's salary for a lot of people. Like, you got to be careful. You're going to work another year. I don't know if he has disposable income like he says he does, but for me personally, $1 million is just like 6 years. Like, think about it. That's all it is. And are you going to risk everything just to get an additional 4 years out of your life, additional 6 years? I think in terms of annual salary, always. That's what I've always thought. So I tell my wife, well, you can retire when I have enough, so that we can just ride off into the sunset. Because I'm not living past 80. I just don't see it. But I'm going to answer all your questions in really good detail right now. Okay, because you're asking about the covering question. But we're going to go over this video together. So I don't even have to show you the video. I can let you hear it because that's what we all had to do, because he never shows his face anyway. He scribbles on a pad, and people for some reason are mesmerized by that and the chicken scratch that they can't even understand. But I'm going to the top. I'm going to the top of the food chain. I'm going straight to AMC Bigums, who is supposed to be the smartest brain in AMC world. I'm gonna see if I know what the hell I'm talking about. That's what I'm going to do. Secondly, additionally, I should say, no, I don't feel that you need to be a Fortune 500 company, a person who's run companies and all this other nonsense. You know, what I do on a day-to-day retail side, let's just say I run an operation, or I should say help run an operation that does north of $300 million a year. Do you think that I really have an understanding of how businesses run? $300 million a year. I mean, you tell me. But then you go look at them, and they'll be like, yeah, I'm an entrepreneur and I run my own business, and my cleaning company or my limo driving company did 40,000. Like, you would tell yourself, okay, let's just ignore the numbers and let's figure out who really knows about life in front of you. So I'm going to show you some stuff where they're all wrong. I'm telling you now, guys, every single Twitter personality, every single YouTube personality, everybody has told you to follow AMC and Adam Aaron from the start, is absolutely wrong. And I'm not angry about it. You're going to hear a lot of cussing right now in these videos. And that's what I really want you guys to pick up on. And this is Boss Blunts too. And right here, AMC Bigums, they are all out, like, destroying their audience, cursing. Just every word is an F-bomb. Every word is a cock, suck, motherfuck. And I'm just like, whoa. I know I have my moments when I'm talking shit about people, but just to be cussing, to cuss, to get their point. If I had $1, watch this. If I had $1 for every time Boss Blunt says phenomenal, I would be a millionaire. Versus how many times he actually says GameStop. You let that sit in. But let's go ahead and watch this video or hear this video, and then I'll reply back to it. By the way, we could watch the chart if you want, but I really don't care about the chart right now. I want you guys to listen. Ape down to, it's falling down, back down right now from 180. It was 190 today. It hit 190. In the pre-market, it almost hit $2, but it's down to 169 right now. And over 100 million shares traded back and forth, which is crazy. And why I say it's crazy, because the daily volume on average was underneath 20 million. And people are saying, oh, it's short. And you want to know if they're closing. They're closing now, sure. Some people are closing some positions, but they're just going in and out of it. And are they forced to close? That's a great question, and I'll have the answer for you in a minute. But let's go ahead and hear this video. And it is officially the AMC Bigums video. And I'll push play. So enjoy it, guys. I don't have to show it because there's nothing to show, but we'll listen. And just so you know, I will be pushing pause a lot to explain the counterpoint. And good luck, guys. Here we go.
Perfect timing. But the thing is it snowed very badly here yesterday in Minnesota, so I had to make sure she got to work all right. I didn't want to make sure she didn't crash. But we're going to cover all this stuff here, man. We got a lot to go over here, so I'm just going to let a couple people join. We're going to go over all this stuff. I mean, here's the problem with a lot of these guys. They like to nitpick stuff, but they like to not fucking say the important things down the road. So we're going to go ahead and cover everything. I want everyone.
I said I was going to play it at 1.5, but I think his accent is funny as fuck because, you know, it reminds me of like Fargo. So the movie back in the 90s. But yeah, we'll go ahead and listen to this guy who thinks he's so right. So let's do it.
Want to calm down. Today's been insane.
He said, let's calm down. Today's been insane. So remember the word calm down, because I'm going to have to tell him to calm down because it's going to get really fun.
Been nothing but bots, nothing but brand new accounts all day attacking. It's been just freaking ridiculous. Good God. The YouTubers, this is, oh God, the end of this, oh my God. Like, Jesus Christ, people, good grief. Trying to freak you out before Christmas. Guys, we're going to have a good Christmas. We're going to have a good one. I'll calm everyone down. This isn't the reverse split I was talking about, but I said a reverse split would be good. I don't know if he can do it. I would have done it on Ape, but at this point, maybe not. Maybe AMC is a better way to go about it. We're going to go over all this stuff. I'm just going to go ahead. Yeah, Al's just a moron, guys. This is what I'm talking about, everybody. Just, these guys literally they thrive off everybody coming over to their channel. Dude, look at what he's saying. He's going nuts. It's over. We're going to go over all this stuff. I just don't think people understand stuff. Or what they do is they like to leave out key pieces, like right here. I don't know how this hasn't been.
So what he's pointing out is the part that I told you yesterday, where it says to authorize ordinary share capital such as that, after giving effect to the above proposals, if adopted, AMC would have the same ability to issue additional common equity as it currently has to issue additional APE units. When we read this yesterday, Linda Real pointed it out as we were doing it live. You can watch yesterday's live stream. You'll see us talk about it in detail. We literally said, well, okay, well, what does this do? It gives AMC, Adam Aaron, the ability to issue additional shares without voter approval. That's exactly how he can do APE. And he's going to be able to do that with the addition of this. So how many shares can he issue? I don't know the total. I don't know. I know there's 40 million preferred share units. I don't know how many Class A shares he could issue. But if it were the additional 250, it's around 250, 230 million APE. Let's just call it 200 million. I'll just do it that way. He has 200 million APE still in his pockets today. If those then in turn turn into AMC shares, he will be able to issue 200 million shares. But if it does a 10-to-1 reverse stock split, you now only have 20 million shares. Are we clear on this? He only has about 20 million shares if the 10-to-1 reverse stock split goes through. He does not have hundreds of millions. Let's just put this out there. He doesn't have 50 million. He will only have 20 million. And the price of that will be, well, today's price point, about $6.40, $6.50. So it would be about $65 a share. But I'll let Boss Blunts keep talking. Or I'm sorry, AMC Bigums. I can't tell the difference of the two, to be honest. It's phenomenal. Okay.
Talked about today, which we'll get into in a second, but this is probably the biggest part of the whole thing. And not one person's talking about it. It's like, okay. All right, we got enough people in here. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to talk about Ape now. So I'm sure you all have heard by now what's going on with Ape. If you haven't, I'm going to go ahead and send you this press release so you can go ahead and read more into it. I'm going to cover the key parts. Oh, God, the shields are out in full today, dude. Oh, God, of course I can't. It's too long. Well, okay, here you go. If you want to read this, go to Google, type in AMC Newsroom. It will be the #1 link. So Google that real quick, pull this up. Apparently it's too many letters. All right, so let's get into this. Ape came out. They ended up raising an additional $110 million today to pay down an additional $100 million in an exchange. Now, if you guys go ahead and read this, he wants to end up converting Ape over to AMC. He also wants to go ahead and at that point do a stock split 1 to 10. And at the same time, what this does, and this is the thing nobody seems to talk about for some reason, which blows my mind. If they do all this, and all this is effective, and we say yes, because of this, when you do a reverse split, it creates a new cusp ID. So, what this is doing, if adapted, AMC then would have the ability to issue, sorry, my dog just came in here now to issue an additional company equity, as it currently has to issue additional Ape units. So what this is doing now, let's go ahead and look over here real quick. So, Ape is a 1 to 1. What this will do, what is there? I don't know. He sold whatever. How many? Let's say I honestly don't know the number off the top of my head. I don't care. We're just gonna do round.
How don't you know the number off the top of your head? You don't know how many AP sold? Okay, we'll keep talking then. Like we don't know what we're talking about, but it will just be dumb. Okay. The current float should be reflective of around 780 million, but we'll just keep doing what you're doing. Just making up shit.
Numbers. Let's say there's 700 million Ape. Okay, he's going to convert this over. You're at like what, 1.2, whatever. I don't care. Not going to get into everything. You're at 1.2 billion. Now he's going to go ahead and do the reverse split. There's now 120 million for the float, okay? Now what happens? Your price, you have the Ape price, will now go back into AMC. So this should go back to like $6.40, blah, 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 if it happened today. Now, by doing this split, what you're going to do is create this. You will lower the float, and this will create the value over here. What this is now going to do is $64 a share. Okay? Now, let me show you guys why this is good.
Stop. First, we're going to talk about why this is good, okay? He's going to go ahead and convert the shares, do a 10 to 1 reverse. It's then going to take your stock price from $6.40 up to $64 a share. How is that good? Well, it's good for a couple of reasons. It's good for short sellers if they want to go ahead and continue to short down the stock, which is easy for them to do. And for people to think like, well, it's a smaller float, it's 120 million shares, that's not a lot. Now it's hard to find, whatever. I remind you, GameStop used to trade 66 million shares. Okay. AMC used to trade 60 million shares until the last 2 years where they've diluted their float from now 60 million shares all the way to 1.2 billion. And no one understands that. But I'm telling you, they're not going to hold the $6.40. I don't think they're going to be able to hold the $6.40 the minute the vote gets announced, the minute it gets approved, and the minute the cutoff date gets announced. I think it'll get shorted, sold. I think it's all going to happen at once, but we'll keep playing this game because they've already put out there numerous tweets. Yes, vote yes, vote yes. Everyone, I'm voting yes, I'm voting yes. Your vote doesn't matter. Your vote doesn't matter. They have enough votes, and they'll sell enough votes to get what they want. And I'm going to show you what they want in a minute.
With this sentence that nobody seems to talk about, this now gives AMC the ability, after doing all of these conversions, to issue more common equity. So, if that common equity now is valued at $64, you remember when we all told him, no, we don't want you to raise the float?
Hold on. Not only did you tell him no, And I'm going to stop the show really quick just to say, Dizzy, what's up out there in New Orleans? Be safe. I hope you're having fun while you're traveling. And shout out to you. Now back to this. Not only did we say no, AMC holders say no to diluting the float even more so that Adam Aron could sell off shares, because that is not what's best for shareholder value. You also voted no to give him a raise. That will never happen again. And that's how he retaliated. It's called retaliation. He developed Ape out of nowhere. They named it Ape. They got you to buy it and hold it with the promise of it exposing shorts, with the promise that it was going to be a vehicle to pay off debt. And it's done everything but that. It's created an even bigger hole, not for the shorters, but for you yourself. Now that Antera and whomever else he sells the shares to, Ape shares, right? He still has them. Even if they convert back to AMC shares, whoever he sells them to will have the ability to then what? Vote from you. Like, you can't do anything about it. You can have, what was it? 53% of the proxy was retail. Other than that, who's voting no? So when he asked for a raise next year, guys, it's already done. And Terra got these shares for 60 cents. And they're going to vote yes for a raise. And it's already built in. This is, I scratch my back, you scratch yours type deal. And I'll tell you what, man. You guys think that he's here for you, the short? Or he's here for you to defend his company against the short? He's doing none of that. It's smoke and mirrors to get another payday out of it personally. And all the insiders are this way. And the reason why the insiders are this way, because they hold no stock. If they held stock, if they actually held a significant amount of stock, then they would in turn care about what you care about. But they don't. It has nothing to do with it. The other flip side of that coin is they will start holding stock moving forward because they're going to pay themselves via RSUs and PSUs. They can't do that right now. Or they have been doing it, but they've been doing it in the form of Ape units. That's all they have to give. They can only give you a fake share. A share that's nothing. An Ape share is nothing. An Ape share is backed by nothing. This is why it went all the way down to 60 cents. You guys got to remember, the only thing that happened here over the last 4 months was you're still going to end up in the same spot as you were before, but with a lot less money. And where the hell did your money go? Where did your value go? Where did your equity go? It was taken. The minute he said, okay, we're going to create Ape, I got it, checkmate. And checkmate means final move. It doesn't mean another move, another move, another move. So I'm watching this in real time and I'm like so sad for people. I really am, because some people bought in. You know, I called Ape Father yesterday and I was very genuine about this. I know he's going to be down. I know he's going to be just stressed out about it. He's going to be like, huh? But he's also going to have the same mindset that everyone else is accustomed to have, which is hold it and let's see what happens. Do you remember that conversation with Tara Bull and Spencer and Froggy and everybody else? Well, we don't know what's going to happen, so you can't tell me what's going to happen. I know. But everything I told you was going to happen, happened, right? Okay, let's do it again. Let's do it again, guys. There is nothing that's going to save this company. All the tricks in the world, all the money in the world. I heard Tony De Niro yesterday say, Marantz, he didn't say Marantz. He said, guys, there's no bankruptcy on the table because they have an infinite cash machine called Ape. They can raise capital at any time. At whose expense? They're raising capital. People are lending them money. People are giving them money with the idea of, guess what? It's distressed credit investors with the idea of we're just going to short it on the backside. When this is great. AMC Bickham's is going to tell you right now. He's like, who told you Antera short? They did. They told me they're short the minute they lent money to AMC. They're called hedge funds. Smart guys. All you brainiacs out there. They're called hedge funds. Distressed credit hedge funds, they're going to offset what they did. So if they borrowed you, or if they lent you money, that's their long. You're eventually going to pay them back, right? You have to pay them back because they let you have money. And what are they going to do? They're going to short you here so that you can't pay them back. Because when they bankrupt you, they still get paid. Because they're senior notes, they get paid first. So it's the easiest thing to do. It's like if I told you you owe me $200. He said, okay, man, well, I just got to go to work. I'm going to go get that money from you. And you know what you do? You go, okay, well, come here, give me your hand. And you break both their hands and say, okay, go to work now. Now go get my money. There's nothing you can do. I've told this is real gangster shit out here. And people think this is just like numbers and oh, we're all nice guys. No, these guys are murderers. You don't become a billionaire, a millionaire. You don't get this type of money in life. Billions and billions of dollars, unless you're willing to hurt someone. And they're going to hurt all of you. And the only people trying to tell you it's a good thing is this guy right here. Here you go.
We're going to get into the shorts and all that in a second. So just everybody relax. I'm going to get into all that in a minute. We don't want you to destroy the flow and raise it and put all these shares out and do all this stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? Now, with this, giving him the ability to issue additional common equity, he now has the ability to say, hey, fuck it. If you guys want to go ahead and destroy Ape, what we're going to now do is raise our common stock up to $64. Now, we're getting to, I see it in the chat and everyone talking about reverse splits, Bob Pass. We're going to get into all that in a minute. I'm not going to hear it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to cover my chat for a little bit because I'm just going to explain this. Otherwise, I'm going to keep it off topic. Now, let's say you're Adam Aaron now. You look over and say, all right, Ape didn't work. But in the same time, we raised an additional $300 million.
So he raised $300 million because Ape didn't work. It cost you $5 billion in market cap. As an investor, and as all investors should be aware, market cap is like a grade, essentially. Like what your investment's worth. And a CEO's job is to create shareholder value, period. Protect the brand and make a profit for the shareholders. That's it. It's not to go sell popcorn day to day, door to door, do movie premieres, none of that shit. None of that matters. It's how can I protect you? And the only way I can do that is to protect the brand. Nothing's bigger than the brand across my chest. I would tell you Adam Aaron is trying to be bigger than AMC rather than the other way around. So when I look at this, $300 million, what they raised off of Ape, they didn't have to do Ape at all. They didn't. They did it because you wouldn't give them a raise. They did it because you wouldn't let them dilute the shares even more. They already put themselves in a hole. This is making it worse. Borrowing and borrowing and borrowing and borrowing money, or taking money from people, is what they're doing. But to say, oh, it failed, now I have $300 million to show for it. What you also have is additional debt that's carried over all the way to 2029, restructured debt of over $1 billion that you had to float because you came up with these other great ideas. And Kyoto just asked, he said, Marantz, so let me get this right. They bought shares. They bought $110 million worth of shares at 66 cents a piece. They're still going to get on the backside of that $91 million. And all they gave up was $10 million on interest. That's what AMC grabbed, was $10 million less a year on interest. This was a failed attempt, but yet everyone lost money. And I'm not talking about the company itself. I'm talking about you. So we'll keep going, though. I'm out to do my best to listen to this guy.
It did what it was supposed to do, just not at the level that I needed it to do. Like I said, do I think Adam Aaron did Ape correctly? No. People have talked about maybe the 90-day. I haven't found anything to support the 90-day. Maybe it is out there. Maybe it's not. Maybe Adam Aaron thought Ape would go back up. Maybe he thought it was 10 wasn't the all-time high. Maybe they just... And he sat there for a little longer, and then it kept going down and down. He's like, I can't. And then he got to the point where he's like, all right, fuck it. It's too... Obviously, the shorts won. Matt Coors and his fucking gang of fucking shills convinced people to fucking maybe sell some Ape because they're fucking clowns and listen to dipshits. Who knows what happened? They shorted more. The first day... I want you guys to understand something with Ape. The first day Ape came out, there was 43 million FTDs. That was 1/3 of the entire volume. 1/3 of the entire volume of the day Ape was released was an FTD. They shut off the buy button across the entire world.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. It was an FTD the day of, which I want to tell you, just so you guys are well aware, there's over, I want to say like 2 billion to 3 billion on average FTDs a week. Every 2 weeks. I'm serious. About 3 billion FTDs. If you think that you're less than 10% of the float the initial day that it comes out, FTD is an issue. It's an international stock. So across the world, yes. Domestically, no. But you're dealing with a lot of different markets. There's a lot of different things to take into consideration. But I will tell you that they settled FTDs in that 2 week period all the way down to 4 million. So when you can have 4 million, which is less than 1% of the float, that's not an issue. That's just something that they keep running with. And it's not going to matter right now. When this conversion happens, you're back to AMC shares. There is no such thing as closing out ape shares. You see, when they ask this question to some idiot on the phone via text messaging, and they want to show everyone, well, this is what the agent said. The broker agent said, we're going to ask so-and-so to close out their short positions. That's one broker. And if that one broker asks somebody to do it, doesn't mean they force them to do it. There's a big difference. Second, why would they have to close out ape if ape doesn't exist anymore? And they go, well, they need to be able to get a vote. So I've seen proxy materials go out to all 516 million shareholders, right? But supposedly, there's billions and billions of ape shareholders. Billions, and I'm talking about not only ape, but AMC shareholders. Billions is the word being used, thrown around, if not quadrillions. Tell me, somebody help me. Why were there only 250 million votes? 253 million votes, something stupid like that. I don't think this is an issue. I don't think ape is getting shorted into the ground either. I believe the last time we saw it was 6% short, reported short. But more so than that, what if somebody just doesn't want the unit? What if they're just selling because they realize that there's no value in it? Have you ever thought that? What if they just sell? Like, I'm trying to figure this part out. And more so than that, they're going to convert everything to AMC shares. And someone tell me why the 10-to-1 reverse split. Anybody? I mean, I can think of a couple of reasons why. I would tell you less options, because now you don't own your 100 shares to keep writing your bullshit contracts the whole way through. I don't know if that's the way they're trying to go about it. But to give somebody a bigger target to then short down all the way, remember what the world told you. AMC was GameStop was too expensive with the float they had to be buying it at $150, $300, $200. It's too expensive. That's why I don't buy it. Oh, I bought the cheaper stock. Now we're about to tell the world to buy AMC at $50 and at $60. And because it's more expensive than GameStop? I mean, people think about share price and not volume, right? Or the percentage of the volume that they're actually buying. So we'll just be dumb. And I'm going to be dumb with you guys. But I'm going to ask you something. If no one was willing to buy this stock, which I told you they wouldn't, and everybody called me a liar. No one was willing to buy AMC at $2.74. Nobody was willing to buy Ape at $3. They bought Ape at 66 cents. You sold shares of AMC now for that amount. Period. So when Adam Aron now has this new ability with only about 20 million shares available to him, remember that after a 10-to-1 split, he will only have 20 million shares to put out there to the world. How much of that he's going to give to himself, to his board of directors, to his senior officers, and then how much is that he's going to offer to someone? And what are they going to pay for those shares? Whether it be 10 million or 15 million shares, who in the hell in Wall Street or anywhere, private equity, distressed credit funds, I don't care who is buying AMC over $50 a share, $60 a share? I don't care what the float is. The float is right back down to where it was September of 2019. And I'm talking about before we diluted all the way through to 550, 520, 516 million shares. So when the float was at that price, people weren't buying AMC for $50. They were buying it for $2. But I'll keep going.
You could only get in America. And then they were shorting the fuck out of it, like I said to everybody. They were going to short the hell out of Ape. But why? Because if Ape succeeds, that means AMC succeeds. Because the purpose of Ape was to raise capital to pay down their debt. So the way they looked at it is, if Ape succeeds, AMC does. I need to kill Ape. So all the hedge funds were going straight after Ape, as we know. Now, let's say Adam Aron does this split. Let's say you say yes to both of them. Let's say that now gives him this ability, because you're now under a new cusp ID with this new reverse split. You now have this additional ability for him to issue common equity because we said no. Well, now he can do it anyways. If you're at $64 a share, he only needs to issue 80 million. Not even. And guess what?
Stop. He only needs to issue 80 million. He doesn't have the 450 million Kyoto. What happens is all of those shares, remember, they only have 483 million Ape. They went ahead and sold off about half of that. They're left with about 200 million Ape. With the 200 million Ape that he has, that will then in turn turns into AMC shares. Once those are AMC shares and they go 10-to-1 reverse, you're now left with 80 million, or you're left with 20 million shares. I'm sorry. That's all they have is 20 million. They don't have 80 million. So whatever the hell he's talking about right here, how are they going to go get 80 million? Are you going to vote for it? Are you going to allow them to go get more? Because they would have to then convert preferred shares, which they have 40 million preferred shares, which are 100-to-1. 100-to-1 on voting rights. So you would have to convert your preferred shares to AMC shares, which good luck doing that. I don't know who's going to vote for it. I don't even know if you have to vote for that at this point. But to give him the ability to take additional Ape units that he has now, convert those to AMC shares, and then put those on the market, that allows him to dilute the float without your approval. And now we're okay with it because we think it's going to raise money. Because this is a problem I have with AMC Bigums and with Boss Blunts and with anyone else who wants to tell me anything about this. They all claim they're here for a short squeeze. This is a short squeeze. They all say it is the phase 6. They all say, this is what we're going to do. But now it's, hey, we're going to raise money to become profitable, and we're going to make this company a real profit. Like, we're talking about balance sheets. You're still carrying the $5.5 billion. You did all of these gymnastics, these market gymnastics, to do what exactly? To pay off $300 million in debt? Or you didn't even pay off the debt. You just have the money now. AMC has cash on hand, but they haven't made one payment. They paid off some senior notes for, like, I don't know, minimal payments, and they saved themselves a couple $100 million. Guys, they owe $5 billion. Operationally, they have to make over $4.7 billion a year. And they won't do that this year. Even with the biggest movies of your lifetime, they won't do it. Because it's run wrong. The company's run wrong. It's built wrong. But it's okay.
Your entire fucking debt is gone. White. It's gone. Just like that. Now your float's at 200 million. You are now debt-free.
Hold on.
We're going to get...
All right, listen to this really quick, guys. Okay? I want you to hear this part again, because this is how dumb people think. Listen.
Cusp ID with this new reverse split. You now have this additional ability for him to issue common equity because we said no. Well, now he can do it anyways. If you're at $64 a share, he only needs to issue 80 million. Not even. And guess what? Your entire fucking debt is gone. White. It's gone. Just like that. Now your float's at 200 million. You are now debt-free. We're going to get into the shorts in a second, so everyone calm the fuck down. We're going to get into all of that in a second, so just relax.
Stop. So he's saying you're going to be able to offer 80 million shares, which I don't know where you're getting the 80 million from, because they're only going to have 20 million if this conversion goes through. That then gives him the right to sell at any time he wants. And once he offers up these shares, you mean to tell me, I'm just trying to get this right, you're going to find someone to buy AMC shares at $64 a piece, and you think they all sell at the same price? Like, do you know how markets work? Do you understand how offerings work? You don't get one set price. And you think you can find someone who wants to buy the company for that price? I could buy, I'm trying to figure this out. Antera buys 20% of AMC, which they just did. They bought 20%, guys. I know you guys don't understand that yet, but you will when the conversion happens. When Ape shares go into AMC shares, you're going to find out that Antera owns 20% of the company. So they just bought a fifth of this company for $100 million, $200 million. And then you think someone's going to come behind that and buy 40% of the company for billions of dollars. How does that make sense to anyone? Like, business-wise, you guys are completely ignorant. There's no way that anyone's going to buy your company for you. No one's going to save AMC. No one. Retail didn't even save AMC. Retail made Adam Aaron rich. Retail made the insiders and officers rich and a couple of YouTubers rich. That's what retail did. Didn't save the company. So all you guys out here, all you freedom fighters, AMC Bigums, show me one buyer at your $60 price range for the shares. No one. Distressed credit investors are embedded in this company. Antera, Mudrick, you name it, B of A, who? They're sitting on mountains of debt that you can't sell to someone, and everyone's lying to you. Look in the mirror, AMC, Bigums, and understand that you're lying to yourself. You're costing people money, their life savings. I'll let you keep talking.
But this is what you can do with these conversions. He tried to do this other way. It didn't work. They went ahead and attacked it and killed it the fuck off. So he's now trying to return your value in this way. Let's return it back. Let's do a stock split. And now give me the ability to do what you fucking wouldn't do before, because you guys don't understand this shit. You follow Matt Kors and these morons off a fucking cliff. And AMC needs to raise capital to kill the fucking short thesis. A short thesis is I'm betting a fucking company is gonna go fundamentally under. Getting them out of debt makes that not gonna happen. You kill the thesis. That the fact people don't understand that, it just blows my fucking mind. It blows my mind.
You know what blows my mind? Why anyone would think that investors need to pay off a company's debt. That blows my mind. You see, when you run your business through offerings, that's what happens. I have yet to invest into a company that made bad business deal and came to me as an investor and said, you know what? I need you guys to pay off this bad investment. I don't know a single one. I know ones that, you know what? We're going to restructure. And how are we going to restructure? We're going to run a bit better business. I mean, somebody might get fired. Tell me how no one at AMC is getting fired for making bad decisions for the company, for the business. Not one person. I've seen a failed mining company deal. Explain that to me. HYMC trades at 49 cents right now. 49 cents. It was worth $30 million a week before AMC invested $25 million into it. The market cap alone had it at $30 million, but yet AMC puts in $25 million, but only gets a portion of the percentage of the company. How is that a great deal? And who's responsible and who needs to be fired? Who's going to start holding people accountable for the things that are happening around them? Why are we paying millions of dollars to actresses to do bullshit commercials? Why is Adam Aaron parading around the country in private jets and doing movie screenings? What's costing this company money? I'd love to know. And why no one holds anyone to the fire. But Bigums thinks it's okay for investors to pay off the debt for this company. And that's what you're asking them to do right now. you think you're going to find someone to pay off the billions and billions of dollars owed. You don't even have access to 80 million shares. You don't. Not after a 10-to-1 split. 10-to-1 reverse split gives you access to about 20 million shares. And you're going to sell them for how much? $60 a piece? To who? I'm going to wait and I'm going to let you tell me. Because nobody was buying it at $10. No one was buying it at $5. No one's buying it at $4. And sure as hell, no one's going to buy it at 66 cents again. Because why? Because you gave a sweetheart deal to one of your bondholders.
All people should be focusing on right now is not the stock price, is making AMC as fundamentally fucking strong as you can. Now back to this. Now, all these people crybabying. Let's go over into the shorts quick before I get into this other stuff. And then I'll get into questions at the end. I know all this stuff. I know everything. Trust me, I have been hit for the last 12 fucking hours straight since this has been announced, nonstop with a million questions. Trust me, I know what you guys are going to ask, and I'll get into them, all of them right now. But, all right, short positions. Everybody's sitting there talking right now about, oh, it's going to kill the short, blah, blah, blah. Now they're going to go ahead and buy all this shit up and get all these voting rights and convert over and blah, blah, blah. Okay. When AMC and APE were issued, all the same holders got the dividends in the stocks. Okay? So, retail still held most of AMC. Guess what? They held most of APE. We held it all. Them buying what they sold out still isn't going to be enough to overtake all of our positionings. Now, here's the thing that people don't get with shorts. If I short a stock, I don't suddenly, with my short position, gain voting rights. I don't. I don't suddenly go, oh fuck, I have one share or one short here, and then if I buy one more share, I now have 2 votes. That is, I mean, people keep saying that. That is the most common thing I hear all day. Well, now that they bought the 200 million or whatever went out, well, first of all, who even knows? How many of you guys know that this company's shorting AMC?
This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. If he doesn't know that Intura is shorting AMC, then he doesn't understand what hedge funds do. Do you think people really just loan out money to someone? They just go, here you go, here's the bond. Here's the bond, we're going to prolong it this long, we're going to be okay. With the idea that you are going to pay them back? Yeah, I hope they pay me back. They're loaning you money at 15% interest. They're loaning you money at 12% interest. And you think they're just going to sit there and be like, yeah, they can pay this back. I know they can. Yet when they go see that movies are flopping, and yes, flopping. For everyone out there that tells me, how do you know Avatar is flopping? Internationally, they broke $600 million. Yeah, well, guess what? AMC is not international in those theaters. They don't have any in China or India. And that's where this movie's kicking ass. How are you able to rent out a whole movie theater? Huh? Boss Blunts, you rented out a movie theater and you thought that was cool to announce? You and your 7 people? That's it? Do you realize you just stopped from your company making money? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Oh, but we spent $200 on concessions. Yeah, you're saving the company. You. I posted, I have these screenshots. I was going to go watch Avatar last night at AMC, downtown Santa Monica. And there was 7 seats taken. 7 tickets on a Wednesday night. I know. One theater. Then I go to the next theater and there was like 7 more, I believe. Maybe 8 more. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. But I'll let this guy keep talking because this is just fun. And okay, here comes the raging. The ragers are going to come. Here comes all the cussing and all the bad stuff. I apologize, guys.
Antra Capital. How many of you guys know that they're necessarily shorting AMC? How do you know that? You have no idea. It's just people saying, well, look, these shorts got these shares now. How the fuck do you know? Maybe they looked at what I just told you. Okay, now listen to me. If I am a fucking other company, and I'm sorry I'm swearing because I have been dealing with people all day, man. I am beyond frustrated with, I should have just logged off Twitter right away after that space call with Peter Hahn. If you're these other companies, okay, 1 second. I just need to take a second here. Maybe hit this one. Getting frustrated. I'm getting frustrated, man.
How are they getting
frustrated? I'm getting really frustrated with these shills. And then, I mean, like I said, these guys don't understand this stuff. And then they instantly go fucking crazy. Now, if you're this other company, okay?
Go crazy.
You're Entra Capital. And all of a sudden, Adam Aaron comes up to you and says, hey, I have a deal for you that you can make a lot of money on. I will go ahead and I will give you Ape, and as you guys can come see, they also did an exchange for Ape for $100 million. Now, if you're doing this exchange, they can say, hey, to get you guys a ton of money and make this deal profitable for you, just like this was for us. If we vote on these things, because if you guys look, I'll get into this in a second. If you guys look, Adam Aaron just said, this is a good deal if we do it this way. If both of these pass and we can raise this capital now that we can't currently raise because the shareholders said no. We can raise it now at a lot better rate than we could have before. And if they understand that and see what we're doing here and go, okay, if we can raise it at $64 now, think about that. With this here, we're giving them the ability now to do a raised stock, issue equity at 64.
Who is buying at 64 for a smaller portion of the company? I mean, I don't understand. Who's buying at 64? They didn't buy it at 66 cents. No one. No one's buying. A bondholder was helped out. And you're telling me that public or someone else, private equity, is going to come in and buy this. You know what's the craziest part? What people really need to be careful about is not only does this pencil in Adam Aaron's raises and all of that, right? Because he's taking control back of his company. He's taking it out of your hands. When he does a 10-to-1 reverse split, it encourages people to sell. It encourages people to get the hell out because they're going to see this price fall from 64, as you call it, all the way down back to $24. You will see a $25 stock price on AMC. Book it. I told you it would hit $4, and everybody called me a liar. I'm looking at it right now. So there's no way that you guys don't see what's happening here. Psychologically, it's going to mess with the amount of shares you hold. First, let's just put this out there. There is no short squeeze. There is no short squeeze because I've said this, and people think I'm crazy. But I don't think it's as short as people think it is. I don't think that there's like massive amounts of shorts. I don't think so at all. Nope. I think it's just people selling, people taking profit, coming in and out and letting it go. If you think that it's crazy and it's unrecoverable, I would remind you that Ape traded 172 million shares yesterday, and today they're at 112 million. It's $1.76, guys. That's volume of 300 million shares in 2 days. And the day's not even over. We're barely 9:30 in the morning here. And you're telling me, yeah, they can't cover. It's going to explode. It's going to squeeze. It's going to squeeze from 66 cents to what? To what? I'll play your game. How high do you think it's going to go, Bigums? Boss Blunts. I loaded it up. Boss Blunts, you loaded up at $3. Bigums didn't do shit. He just talks about it. This is phase 7, by the way. Let me know. If you don't understand phase 6, don't talk to me. I don't understand what the hell you're talking about, period.
Even if they short it down, who gives a fuck? Let's say he issues it at 50. Oh no. He now issued only 100 million shares at $50 fucking dollars.
You can't issue shares you don't have.
AMC's out of debt. That is not enough for shorts to cover. It's not. And their entire thesis just got fucked in the ass.
Whoa. Thank you.
And also now I'm Adam Aaron, and I showed them this. I showed this company that, and I say, hey, we can get you guys in at 69 cents. We can get you in at bottom dollar. And now that stock that you suddenly own, that went up to $64 after the conversion, AMC's out of debt. That is not enough for shorts to cover. It's not. And their entire thesis just got fucked in the ass.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
And also now I'm Adam Aaron, and I show them this. I show this company that, and I say, hey, we can get you guys in at 69 cents. We can get you in at bottom dollar. And now that stock that you suddenly own that went up to $64 after the conversion is now worth fucking 100 because we're debt fucking free. And our float is cut in fucking a third. We cut our float in a third. We raised enough capital to fucking destroy debt. Like I said, Adam Aaron's playing chess. If these cocksuckers want to keep moving pieces, he needs to stop saying checkmate, and he needs to say check. He has a checkmate, but they keep fucking moving one more time. They cheat and take an extra one more space. But Adam Aaron says, go fuck yourself, douchebags. I'm gonna take one more. Checkmate again, bitch. People do not...
Hold on. The only thing Adam Aaron's done is create something to take from you, sell something to someone who already owns you, and then in turn get the votes he needs to give himself something. There's not a more self-serving CEO that I've ever seen in my life. There is nothing here for you. Furthermore, when you do stuff as a company, as a business, I'm looking at Bed Bath & Beyond, I'm looking at GameStop, I'm looking at Costco, I'm looking at Target, I'm looking at Walmart, I look at like all the companies in this sector, right? And in these meme stocks and or retail or just traditional retail, brick and mortar. But even in the movie theater sector, I'm looking at everything I can to say to myself, who does this? Who does a press release and then vomit all over Twitter about what it is and why it's beneficial and have to do 5 tweets about this? I mean, everything he does, he has to explain. And then you guys in turn explain, you damn cheerleaders. But for what? What is let me ask you something, AMC Bigums, because I know you never want to talk to me. Let me ask you, or you'll claim you don't know me. Yeah, right. Let me ask you something, little man. Oh, no, you do know me for sure. Because that day that you talked about Amy and her kid and everyone, I called you out. Because that's, that reminds me why I think you're a fucking son of a bitch. You're a cocksucker yourself. You attacked a woman and her children online. That makes you tough. Hey, shout out to Boss Blentz, who, when someone gave him an opposing view, says, "This is not America. This is my YouTube channel, buddy. It's not America. You don't get to say what you want. Go do that shit on your own platform." Hey, dumbass. You only have a platform because you're in America. Remember that. Okay? I know it's hard to understand. You're a fucking clown. GameStop on your hat, and yet you never say it. Phenomenal. This is phenomenal. All right, sorry. Okay. Anyway, AMC Bigums, let me know when Adam Aaron's not doing something for himself and for you. Let me know when he does something for you. Other than write you a check under the table, probably. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. I don't understand why so many people are right away on his side on everything. I mean, everything. You know what? I was on Adam Aaron's side on one thing. I agreed with him on the Olivia Newton-John night at AMC Theaters. And he said, all proceeds go to fight cancer. I said, fuck yeah, man. I support that. That's the first good thing I've seen. Everything else, you're bullshitting, right? You gotta be kidding me. But let's go.
Not sit there and look at the fucking long term. They read this. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is the fucking key to it all right after. Being able to raise money at a level that they could have never raised it at before. And now giving shareholders that fucking value. And now think about it this way. Now let's get into the shorts before we get into all this stuff.
What value?
Okay, let's look at a shorts point of view right now, okay?
Okay.
Let's look at a shorts point of view. You're fucked in the ass. Why? The cost to borrow right now for AMC is at 50%. All you DRS lovers, all you guys right now that love DRS, you should be fucking doing hand jobs over this stuff. Just fapping over this shit. Are you kidding?
Guys, I can't get over all this sexual. Like, guys, I feel like he's trying to warm me up for something, man. Oh, fucked in the ass, cock, mouth, sucker, hand jobs. I mean, can we get better descriptive words than this? I mean, I'm just asking, but keep going. I love it. Go ahead.
Me? If the float is 100 million or 200 million, guess how much easier that is to DRS than 500 and fucking the float now, plus whatever they do with conversion rates. You have idiots going, let's convert ape to AMC, but say no to the 10-to-1 split. You're a fucking moron. You're a fucking moron. This is all a process, and it all goes together, and each is a fucking key component. You need each fucking thing to go through, and you need this ability that they don't fucking have right now to issue that fucking capital that you guys said no to. So now you're this company. It's not because I'm shorting you. It's because I see a fucking business opportunity at getting at literally the bottom barrel, 68 fucking cents. And if all goes according to plan, now I have shares worth that? How much money did they just make? That's a fuck ton of money they just made. That could be a reason they do it. It doesn't always necessarily need to be, oh, it's shorts buying up shorts and covering.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what anyone's saying. You basically just made the argument for everyone, AMC Bigums. You said, who wouldn't want to do that? Who wouldn't want to buy ape shares at 60 cents, convert, then go to 10-to-1? Their stock price comes all the way up to $50 a share, and they just got them for what? $6? They got $50 shares for $6. Right? $6.60. Who wouldn't want to do that? Why are we offering that? Why did anyone offer that to a bondholder? This is the second time that Adam Aron has helped out the bondholders of his company. Individuals that helped him, he then helps them. There is nothing in between. He has done nothing for retail. That is my problem. That is always going to be my problem. And why you won't call him out on it. To help out the rich get richer and continue to put this pressure. Go Google what Antera is. They're distressed credit investors. Mudrick is another one. And now that they own 20% of the company, you tell me when the filing comes through if they get a seat at the board of directors. I know Wanda did it when they did. I know Silver Lake did it. And why wouldn't these guys, when they have billions, millions of dollars over there that are now worth billions? Why would they not have control of what you're doing with your company and or an ear to the ground? And when are we going to get paid and how are we going to get paid? Because they're putting in $100 million. No one's doing it for free. No one's paying off their own debt. How does it benefit Antera to buy AMC shares? Okay? When they're the ones who hold the bond. They're paying off their own debt? Explain it to me. They gave $110 million. AMC owes them more than that. I don't understand. You know what, man? You borrowed money from me 5 years ago. And I know you owe me money, but here's what. I'm going to give you this much. What are you going to do for me? This shit ain't free. The only thing that is free is your money. Retail's money is free because you're holding it. And you're going to leave your money in that company, and they're going to keep taking it from you like they're doing right now. They did it just 4 months ago to the day, and no one's listening because they have hopes and dreams. People are out here, they're actually making money off of you. AMC Bigums makes more money. You know how much money he makes in a video? That given video, he probably made $300 yesterday. And I know what you guys said, $300, that's not a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. $300 on a video, and then what? I know how much YouTubers make. I know how this world works. And they know how it works too. You think they're putting that money back into the stock? You think they're buying AMC shares? You think they're buying the float? Nah, they'll go buy contracts, right? Go ask Boss Blunts. He'll buy contracts. And then he'll sit there with the retarded guy on the microphone to bore the fuck out of you. In the background. Oh my God. Shut that kid up. Yeah, I call out all you bitches. You're manipulating people the whole way through. His rah-rah guy? Who's his cheerleader guy? The motivational speaker. Some guy from England? You're going to get it, and we're going to get it. By God. Who the fuck does Braveheart wannabe do? Get this shit out of here. You guys can get manipulated by everyone. I don't give a fuck. I don't care one bit. Yay. Stu, come get me. Hey, AMC Bigums. All you guys who hate me, come get me. I watch your show. I see what you do. And it's ignorance. But here you go. I'm that guy. I'm not afraid of shit. Here you go.
Sometimes it's just a good business move. So for all those fucking guys talking about that, now, all those people again about the covering, having the voting power over us, they now need to go buy a share to cover that short position they have to get that voting rights there. So now it's just equaled out. They still don't have the fucking voting right because they just technically covered that position. Now they need to go buy a fucking stock to technically go long or to hedge to gain that voting right. This is what I'm saying, you guys. Like, everybody's sitting there, oh, man, they're going to take over and do all this shit, gain vote power with all this stuff. This kills the fucking shorts. Now let's get into shorting. Now, let's get into past stock splits and all this other shit and the shorts and AMC and the difference, because this all is not, you guys are literally, as Boss Blunts put it, you see a piece of steak there and then you see an apple and you're trying to compare the two because they're both food. Well, they're both a reverse split. I don't give a fuck. They're in such different situations, it's not even funny. One, you had a company going private. Other ones, you have companies, oh, look at all the ones in the past. Yeah, because the ones in the past are having struggles. The ones in the past are about to be delisted. So it's a last-ditch attempt effort to raise it and get back above this. This is a completely different fucking situation with AMC. AMC can look at it and go, all right, compared to these other companies, if we do this, if we do our reverse split, we now gain that instant value on one individual stock. On the new stuff, we can go ahead and issue. So now it's $50 for one. That's insane. And that's if they short it to 50. Fuck, they can raise 64, 60, 55. And all of a sudden, like I said, in another move, Adam Aaron lowered the float from the day you guys bought it by a third. All these people that are sitting there, well, my shares are more expensive. Well, good. You should have been buying when all this shit was fucking lower. And we've been telling you to, instead of fucking complaining about it.
Oh, that's what it is. They should be buying when it's lower instead of complaining about it. You know, the stock price, when it gets up to $50 a share, who's going to want to go back in here when they're short, when their shares are cut into 10, right? Divided into 10. They're going to look at their shares and they're going to be like, oh my God. And then they're going to look at their value and they're going to be like, wow, and that's sinking again. It's going to come right back down. It's going to get shorted even more. Your brackets are going to change. Your mindset's going to change. The psychology is going to change. You're not going to be able to write these covered calls and bank money like PiFi tells you to. There's a lot of things that are going to change. But you think people are going to want to buy back in. No one on Wall Street's buying in. That's the problem here. The only people buying in are the people in Chicago and the people that are actually trying to shorten the shit out of this stock. They're buying in at 66 cents because they have the money to do it. Adam Aaron's not offering it to you. AMC Bigums, did he tell you guys, hey, I got this on discount right now? Think about it. I want you to think about this and who's in partnership with whom. When it was announced that they sold $110 million worth of shares at 66 cents. When that got announced, not only did he announce he's doing that, he's doing a conversion, and he's going to do it with the vote, and all this shit's going to happen. He's going to be able to sell off the remaining amount of shares at his whim and not get your voter approval for it. When he did all of this, did he explain it to you? Did he go on Twitter and make an announcement and say, okay, guys, listen up. I'm going to be selling off all these shares at 66 cents right now. I want you to buy them first, or I'm going to give you a chance at it. And we're going to do a vote, and it's going to convert to AMC shares. Did he tell you? No. But he definitely told Antera. He definitely told them what his plan was. And that's why they bought in. You thought they just bought in because they liked the price? You thought maybe they just bought in because they wanted to make some money. Maybe they saw it's going to be 66 cents. And they're like, oh, this can get... How else would they know that the vote's going to go through, that they have the votes, that it's all already done? It's all a meeting in a cigar room. They get to talk it out before they ever show it to you. So how do you think this is fair to retail? How do you think Adam Aron's there for retail? If he's there for his business, no. He's not there to save AMC. This doesn't save AMC. This allows him just to say something and turn off the comments, per se. Just don't even go read it. Is he answering tweets? Is he talking to people? Is he doing interviews? Nothing. He's telling you what it is and walking out like a fucking G. You don't understand. Because you're too skewed by the idea that someone's here doing something for you. They already explained how the deal is going to work. They already have the votes. He has an additional 200 million shares right now. Adam Aron does. And he's out shopping around. Hey guys, listen up. Because remember, it doubled in price in the pre-market before you ever got to get to it. So not only did they get it for 66 cents a share and buy 20% of the company, after this vote goes through, they own 20% of the company. You're now telling other people, hey, I have these units here. These APE units are going to be AMC shares. Right now, he's telling people, don't worry. And Terra's not going to sell off for 90 days until the vote gets through. But if you want in on this at $1 something, and we're going to do a 10-to-1 reverse stock split, you think he came up with that idea? You guys are dreaming if you think it's about you. Either you get in on the right side of this or you don't. The right side of this is not to be in it at all. Financial advice? Abso-fucking-lutely. Hi. I'm telling you, go get your lawyers, come see me, I don't care. I told you 4 months ago, sell your fucking AMC units. When BlackRock sold 41% of their position, that's when you sell. When the insiders sell 99.9% of their position, that's when you sell. For a year and a half, I've been giving out financial advice on AMC, and no one listens, or some people do, and they thank me. Well, like Drake says, you can thank me later. Thank me later. Let's go. We'll keep listening.
But guess what? When he can issue this shit now at $64, $60, do what you wouldn't let him do before. He literally can take Billy right the fuck out the hospital. He's not only going to go ahead and fuck the doctors up surrounding Billy, he's coming in with a fucking machine gun, dude. He's fucking mowing them down.
Like, does this really excite people? He's going to come in, he's going to mow them down. Yeah! That's right, man. He's going to sell them at $60 each. If I sell one share at $60, how much does that drop the float? How much does that drop the price? If I'm selling shares, I'm diluting the float. Why are we all voting yes to diluting the float? We already said we're not going to dilute this stock. It's not beneficial to shareholders. And now the whole shareholder base is saying yes. After they sold APE shares to the bondholders, the villains themselves, they sold it to the people they owe money to. Sweetheart deal at 66 cents. Your market cap dropped 50%. More than that. You're at goodwill on market cap right now. And you're going to tell me that we're all going to vote yes now? After we all said no? You're going to say yes. And if you say yes to this, you now say yes to Adam Aron raises, insider bonuses, and more offerings. Greatest thing I ever heard from Amy the trader was, Marantz, they're doing offerings. She's like, they're running business through offerings. I said, I know, for the last 3 years. I just sat there and I was like, man, it's not even about movies. It's not about popcorn. It's not about credit cards. It's not about merch. I come from the world of retail and how to run a business. This is why I know GameStop's so profitable and going to be amazing. I haven't talked about GameStop one time this stream because I don't have to. It's right behind me. I wear it, I eat, sleep, and breathe it. And when I look at something like AMC, where it's not about the product you sell, it's about the capacity you have. That company is setting itself up to be infiltrated, manipulated, and decimated. IMD. They are not protecting your investment. And then you have individuals like this. I actually have to go through and break down step by step and just tell you this is ignorance at the ultimate level. You can tell me is to phase 6. You can tell me shorts have to close. You can tell me everything. What I'm going to tell you is this business that they're in, they make zero net dollars. Zero. And they never will.
And then he's collecting their paper. And he doesn't give a shit that it's illegal. Because guess what? All these fucktards are doing it too. But obviously nothing Adam Aaron's doing is illegal. All these fucking other people are just criminal shorts. But like I said, everybody looks so fucking narrow-sighted, so short-sighted. Oh my fucking God. I got 4,000 fucking AMC shares. Now I only have 400. Oh my God. Okay. Do you think a Tesla owner bitches that he only has 400 shares?
Yes, and that was a bad analogy. Tesla did splits. Tesla is at the all-time low. Don't ever do that. That's the dumbest shit you ever seen. Oh my God.
They're worth 10 times the value. Who gives a fuck? For shorts. Now let's get into the shorts again. Now,
I'm starting to think these guys don't look at any other stock in the world, and they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Because why the hell would you say Tesla? Tesla has done a split 3 times already. What are you talking about? But okay, we'll keep watching. By the way, I've yet to see a reverse stock split go in the positive, like be beneficial. And when they say like they're going to get delisted, that's a good reason to do a reverse stock split. It just means the best reason to do a reverse stock split is if you have an idea of how to run a business moving forward, or if you guys need to buy more time. This is not about time. It's not about time, guys. Not time on the profit side. This is time on the bond side.
very short to take a new one out. It's 50% at $50, $60, $64 cost to borrow. It's going to be harder for them to do it, for them to find shares because this.
What is it that is so hard to pay $50 to $60 a share to short? Like, what makes them think because it's so hard to short it at $5 versus $50? What's the difference? I'm sorry. You think that 5 and 50 is very different. The most shorted stock in the world is Apple. Period. It's the most shorted stock in the world. Get out of your little bubble that is called AMC. They were shorting Tesla at $900, $800, $700. They play in a different league. They're not you. Oh man, I don't know. $50, man, I don't know. You're joking. Maybe you don't know what it means to go out here and float around a couple of $billion, but you're going to find out. You're going to find out the hard way. This is going to tear apart your company.
The float is way fucking smaller. There's going to be less shares out there to borrow. The cost of.
What are you talking about? GameStop was shorted 100%, over 100%. Reported over 100%. The share price was from $4 all the way to $480. They have a problem shorting that shit. With the float less than this. Even at your 120 million shares, GameStop was at 66 million shares, 70 million shares, 75 million shares, 76 million shares before they split. You don't tell me that it's going to be hard to short a $120 million short position. That volume is nothing. And at that price, it's nothing. Cost to borrow is just a made up number that market makers do. Everybody's different. Everyone has the highest cost to borrow, max cost to borrow, lowest cost to borrow, average cost to borrow. You think that because it's at 50%, it's going to matter? If you're in it to fight the shorts, okay, I'll go ahead and I'll let you do what you do. You know how you fight shorts? Fundamental business. You get your fundamentals up. You're fighting your own CEO. Do you not get that yet? He's not on your side. He's against you. He has done nothing to create value for you. Smoke and mirrors. Retail doesn't own AMC at 90%. Bondholders own AMC by the balls. Distressed credit investors hold it, manipulate it, and force it to do what it wants to do. You were forced to sell APE at 66 cents. You were forced to do a 10-to-1 stock split, reverse stock split. You were forced to buy HYMC at $25 million at dollars when you knew it was going to pennies again. You're forced to do these things because you don't control the company. You, the investor, you have no say-so. Adam Aron is a figurehead at this point. It's no different than the damn current administration I live under. You guys live in a fucking box, man. These are not ideas. These are not like my opinion. It's happening in front of you. You think Adam Aron is the smartest man in the world? Or you guys think that he thought this all up on his own? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the bylaws and I'm going to create an additional equity unit. And I'm going to do it this way. And I'm going to call it APE. And I'm going to go ahead and do it out of 2013 because they voted for it. None of these guys voted for it back then, but I'm still here. I wasn't even part of the company back then, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to create this synthetic share and I'm going to put it out there and then I'm going to put it on the market and it's going to expose the share count. It's going to expose shorts. It's going to get sucked all the way down. And then I'm going to sell it for pennies on the dollar. And I'm going to raise some capital that way to kick this can down the road further. Yep. That's a good idea. I think we should do it. But before we do it, let's lift the exemption for our officers and our board members to hold shares, and let's sell everything we have. So can we do that first, guys? Let's just sell everything. Cool? Cool. Oh, hey, what's up, Jason? Oh, you need some money? You need your money back? All right, cool. I'll go ahead and buy HYMC. No problem. Let's do it. And while we're at it, let's make a dance video. Propaganda. You've been played, and you're still getting played. AMC Bigums might be a smart guy. Boss Blunts definitely isn't. But for all you guys, Tendy Time, Phil for real, Phil not so real, Tony I take the D, all you guys, you're pushing the wrong narrative for clicks. You're telling people what they want to hear. Oh, I loved it. It was so positive in there. Such a good vibe. Now I'm very convinced. What? How about you hear the opposing view that you don't want to hear? I'd rather hear the truth.
Borrow should go up. So shorting is not going to be like it was with these other companies where they're going, who gave a fuck? They did a stock split and it went up to $2, $3. Who gives a fuck? That's nothing for them to short those right back down. But when it goes up to 64 at 50, 60%, that's an expensive fucking short position. Now, instead of them going like they've been doing, okay, let's look at it this way. What have they been doing? They keep on doing a small amount. What the fuck is this? They'll do small amounts of covering, right? They'll do small amounts of covering along the way. Small amounts. Why? Because they can go ahead and do $100, and it's so cheap they can go ahead and fill 30 positions. 30 shorts, 40 shorts, and that looks better. Now, please, baby. Give me that lighter, bud. Sorry, my dog had my lighter. He was like, what is he chewing on? They want it to like blow up in his mouth or nothing.
Are you guys understanding what AMC Bigum's saying right now? He's saying because the number is so large that it's going to be larger, right? Like it's going to be a $60 price point, $50 price point after the 10-to-1 split, reverse split. He's saying that it's going to be more, it's going to be harder to borrow, it's going to be harder to short, and that people are going to view it differently. He's going to view it differently. Short hedge funds don't give a shit. It's money. It's just another line on their P&L. There's profit and losses. And they don't care how much they have to put towards something. The dollar amount doesn't change. The value of the short doesn't change. Because these guys are smart. They're not stupid. Wall Street are not the guys that are going out there and tweeting, it's cheaper. I bought AMC because it's cheaper. They're not the guys. That's trades. That's Matt. That's everyone else. That's you, Bigums. It's cheaper. It's more expensive. Oh, it's going to matter. Psychologically to you, Wall Street doesn't give a shit. Wall Street knows how to do math. And so do I.
So now, for them to go ahead and cover one individual position, it's not like they can go out and go, hey, here's $100. Now let me cover 30. No, they get to cover 1, cover 2. So all those people sitting there going, oh my God, no. The value of their short position remains the same. But technically, with all of this way, it should be harder to find those shares. There's not as many out there. And on top of that, retail is already holding the majority of those shares. Now, on top of that, since the float...
Stop. Retail's not holding a majority of any shares. The float is 1.2 billion. The float is 1.2 billion, and there was a 270 million vote that went through on proxy. 1.2 billion is the float. Who owns it? You think retail owns it? Who do you think Adam Aron's been selling shares to? Why do you think they're doing a conversion? Oh, but retail owns it. Did retail just buy in on 200 million shares? Did I miss something here? But they say shit like this, and people let them. People just let them say whatever they want. Oh, yeah. But Avatar is doing great. We're making money. Popcorn, credit cards, merch. All of those ideas are not making money. They're costing money. But here you go.
Is so much smaller. And they pay and like I said, they can now pay the fucking debt off. Now the float is so much smaller. When we're holding these shares, so when it does squeeze, guess what? Your numbers will be way fucking higher because there's less shares to find.
There is no squeeze. I'm just going to tell you right now, there is no squeeze. There's no squeeze. Sorry to break it to you guys. It's not going to happen. Whatever he's talking about is not going to happen. We've had this conversation. It's squeezed already. Diminishing returns and dropping it down. They're going to short it and it's going to pop. It's going to drop. It's going to pop. It's going to drop the whole way through. For the guy telling me, go look at the chart, that they're the same. Hey, Paul, they're not the same. You just don't know what you're looking at.
Your volatility during a squeeze will be higher because there's less people selling. There's less shares out there. It'll be a lot more volatile. You guys are literally throwing common sense in the stock market all out the window because of one YouTuber said a reverse split is horrible. Oh my God. Yeah, he also didn't mention the fact that they can now pay off the debt issuing fucking 80 million shares and destroy the float in a third because he's a fucking shill that FTX. Matt Kors works for me, Kevin. What the fuck more do I need to show you guys? I showed you his fucking badge. He works for me, Kevin.
And your moderator is Phil for real and Pam the trader. And you hang out with Boss Buns on a Discord. Like everyone hangs out with somebody. You all do. Except you hang out with the crew full of dudes that know what? The brightest minds of AMC have looked this over. What's next, AMC Bigums? What's next? I'm waiting. Do I have to count down the 12 months till Phase 6 comes into play? Yeah? You want to revisit that, DD? Do you? Because I've lived through Phase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What happened there? Was there a 12-month period that we had to wait off of those? Oh no, it's just your current understanding right now.
Who owns an AMC ETF? He is the enemy. And people go, oh my God, he told me to sell Ape. Of fucking course he did. Of course he did. He makes money when you sell Ape. He's a piece of shit. I want to meet Matt Kors and choke the fucker. I hate that kid. He's so...
What do you mean you want to meet him and choke him? Why would you want to assault someone? Like, I mean, I don't care who says what on here. It doesn't matter to me. Like, why do you want to beat up a dude who's tiny? You want target practice? Hey, let me know, AMC Bigums. Not only do you pick on women and you pick on children, now you're picking on little dudes? I don't like bullies. I don't. You and your little friend there, BB, Bitch Blunts, I'm telling you right now, I want you to come pick on me. And I'm not talking about on YouTube for clicks and views. I'm talking, come pick on me in person, please. At the same time. I hate this. You think because you have an opposing view, you need to go fight somebody. That's ridiculous. Let them say their piece and you say yours. Don't want to beat the fuck out of Phil for real? No, I laugh. I saw him punch. He punched with his elbow higher than his wrist. It was crazy. He lost a fight to a fucking punching dummy in his garage. I've never seen that before either. But this is cool. I might just, I might get the Marine to go after you guys. The Marine, that little dude. Hey, Phil for real don't want to say anybody's name in his video. I won't say his name right now. But they're just pushing record out there and they're just talking. And I'm going to come for him. Like, it's like, what are you going to do? You can make another battle rap? Phil for real things like in the streets, if he writes poetry, is really going to hurt somebody's feelings. So these guys are funny. These are some tough dudes. I'm telling you. I want to fight Matt. I want to fight Matt right now. Matthew Kors. I want to fight him. It's like saying I want to fight Trey, dude. What's the fight up a hopped up meth head? Nobody.
Sold all of you out and doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck. And then they sit there and Ape, like I told you the day it happened. If Ape succeeds, AMC succeeds. And what's the cocksucker do? Let's all bash let's bash Ape. Let's fuck up the way that they can fucking do it all. Okay, here you go. Here's to appease everybody. I'll lower the fucking float. I'll pay the fucking debt off by barely issuing any fucking shares. I'll give myself the ability that you guys wouldn't fucking give me before. And Billy can finally walk the fuck out the hospital.
So stupid. So dumb. Like, he literally is saying what Adam Aaron wants. He doesn't want the ability to save the company. He wants the ability to give himself a raise. He doesn't care how he does it. He's not here for you. He's retiring. He's estate planning. Keep going, though. You're doing great.
And after 2 years, we can finally stick it up his short's ass and tell them to fuck themselves. And then guess what? After we do that in 2023, popcorn's on shelves. Oh, credit cards are out. Oh, you mean AMC will be profitable next year? And now this gives them the ability to pay off fucking debt and destroy their fucking debt completely? At a super, super positive cost, which is now adding value to the stock for the shareholders. Oh, what a fucking dumbass, Adam Aaron. God, you're such a moron. Again, it's a lot more expensive for shorts to cover. Way more for them to open more new positions. This is way different than all these other stock splits that are suddenly going down to fucking $10 or $1, $3, 50 cents, back up to $1.20. This isn't like that bullshit, guys. God, I've been just dealing with fucks. all day, dude. I knew when I was like, dude, I was at work dealing with fucks, and I was just crabby. Like, I even had my door shut for the first time. I never shut my office door.
I never shut my office. Let me tell you guys, I was PMSing at work. I was crabby. Who says this shit? What does that even mean? You're letting YouTubers and comments on YouTube affect you in life? Really? You know what I do? I push end stream. I go like, hey guys, all right guys, have a good night. I'll see you around. I don't give a fuck what these guys say. What the hell's wrong with you? Well, you know why you care so much and why you battle so much? Because you're wrong. It's like you put out that much energy to be wrong. That's the crazy part. I'm okay. But the loudest one, remember what I told you guys, the guys in quicksand that are just keep moving and moving and moving, they're going to suffocate.
People got to me today.
Yep.
So this video, I'm kind of fucking pissed off, but I'm just so sick of stupid fucks leading everyone off a cliff. Everything's bad. It's bad if you make a smaller float. Oh, it's bad if you raise the float. Okay, fucktards, all you fucking retards out there, all you YouTubers, it's bad if I lower the float. Okay, it's bad if I raise the float. It's bad if you raise capital. Fundamentals don't matter. In what fucking world are we living in that these are the people they're listening to? Fundamentals don't matter. A lower float's a bad thing. Him having the ability to issue new equity at $64. What a fucking bad idea.
Yeah. So, do you guys understand what he's saying right now? Because I'm going to stop this whole show for a minute and just say, good morning, Pepper with Salt. Thank you for showing up to the show. My man, Pep, respect on the way in. He just said, and I want to say this really quick. Hey guys, and I'll show you the quote, but here, listen.
Need to issue new equity at $64, leading everyone off a cliff. Everything's bad. It's bad if you make a smaller float. Oh, it's bad if you raise the float. Okay, fucktards, all you fucking retards out there, all you YouTubers, it's bad if I lower the float. Okay, it's bad if I raise the float. It's bad if you raise capital. Fundamentals don't matter. In what fucking world are we living in that these are the people they're listening to? Fundamentals don't matter. A lower float's a bad thing. Him having the ability to issue new equity at $64. What a fucking bad idea. Fuck.
He's trying to tell you that he's going to issue more equity at $60. Guys, that's dilution. Yes, it's a bad idea. Why would you keep diluting your I don't understand. AMC Bigums, Boss Blunts, all of you, explain to me why you would vote yes to someone who's going to dilute your investment. We've already done this. We took a float from 50 million, 60 million, all the way to 1.2 billion. Now we're going to hit reset and do it again. And all that's happened during that time frame is people have lost millions of dollars. And all of you are insensitive to that, but to say this is our redemption. This is what we're going to do. We're going to actually put faith into the man who's been he's been there for 8 years. 8 years. It wasn't like he just got there last year and decided he made all these great ideas. 8 years. 8 years of buying failed companies. 8 years of buying failed movie theaters. This is fucking crazy. But you're going to give him the ability to dilute even more and you think it's good? Oh, because he's going to pay off the debt. That's right. We can't pay off the debt with business. We can't pay off the debt with, the register ringing. If you can't do it that way, then it's not meant to happen. I'm telling you, if you can't make a profit, you shouldn't be in business. And net to net, AMC has a cash burn of $600 million already this year.
Fuck. When back in the day, every one of you cried, why didn't he issue it at $64? Well, now he fucking can. But now you have everybody say no. Fuck off. Read a goddamn book. Stop following the same fucks off the same cliff. You've done it for 2 years. Fuck them. Lou's an idiot.
Do not block Pepper
How
with
are
salt.
you guys still bringing up Lou? How is Al from Boston's name ever mentioned in my channel? Ever. I don't fucking care. They're morons. They're the dumbest fucks I've ever heard in my life. Or they know what they're talking about and decided to get paid off and go to the other side. And they literally work for Meet Kevin.
This guy thinks that it's Meet Kevin versus everybody. I'm going to push play. I got to go get a drink, and Pepper and Salt, Merry Christmas. And thank you for that. But, I know. I can't tell you anything. You're a mod. You're a guy. But you are, you Papa Pep. So appreciate you, sir, as always. Merry Christmas to your family, from mine to yours. But we'll keep listening to this idiot named AMC Smallums, the guy who picks on girls, children, and little dudes. Yeah, I make fun of retards because that's funny.
Literally blows my fucking mind. And these are the same guys that are, they don't get views. Why? They told you themselves, I'm not doing DD anymore. The DD's done. That clip, the DD's done. Me and my fucking 8 boyfriends got together and we started giving each other hand jobs. You remember their little song? With the best friend. Dumbest thing I've ever fucking seen in my life. What in the fuck was that? And then the next day, me and Astro and Trey are best friends. No one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck, dude. You're also all sellouts. Don't forget that part. Like I said, I'm heated today, man. I'm just sick and tired of fucking the uneducation wiping through, and that's what catches fire. It's not any of this shit. It's not any common sense. It's Al from Boston says it's bad. Okay, Al from Boston also sends girls his pictures of his dick, and they don't ask for it.
Sounds like Rico.
They don't ask for it. And then when it happens and he gets called out on it, he deletes his fucking Twitter for 2.5 months. People just seem to forget this shit.
Holy shit. Oh, Pepper, what the hell are you doing? Oh.
And
Yes,
every one
Pepper,
of you
Happy
guys
New
that sit
Year.
there and text me, 36. If you don't know what 36912 is, and you ask me phase 6, you're a fucking retarded handicap. Stick it up your ass and fuck off and read a book. I am so done with what happened to phase 6. For 2 years I've been saying 3 months.
What happened to phase 6? I love that. This is phase 7, by the way. We're in phase 7. Just want to put that out there.
6 months, 9 months, 12 months. You are going to see shit happen harder and harder and harder. And from this point, I don't think they can last. Is it this point yet? No. So my phase 6 hasn't fucking started yet because, again, grandfathered contracts. If you don't know what I'm talking about with grandfathered contracts,
the hell is wrong with you, Pepper?
Don't know what phase 6 does. If you can't come up to me and have a discussion and say, this is what phase 6 did and this is how it failed, stick it up your ass. I'm done having conversations with you. If you don't know what something is, don't complain about it. And then when I text you this back, you go, what the fuck does that mean? Conversation's done. Sorry, dude. I'm fucking heated, man. It's been like 6 hours. Literally. Like I said, if you don't understand this stuff, how many of these guys have done anything in companies, businesses, ran them? None of them. How many of these people that you guys are worshiping were even in stocks before this? How many, if you've been following my channel, I've literally been preparing you for every step of this.
Preach, Bigums,
every
preach.
single step of this. If you followed my channel and you woke up today and saw the reverse split, you instantly were like, sweet, Bigums was right. And then all these fucktards want to leave this part out. AMC would have the ability to issue additional common equity as it currently has to issue additional APE units. So he could literally now issue 80 million at 60 again. I'm going to say
Where does he get the number 80 million from, though? Like, they're only going to have 20 million. Like, does he know that? Because 80 million, you would have to have 800 million. Peppered with salt. God, Pep, what the fuck, man? Oh, shit. Oh, Peppered. Merry Christmas, sir. Merry Christmas.
Say this again at $64, and now you have a 200 million float. AMC is debt free, and that now each one of your shares, you now have Tesla shares. He literally just turned your fucking, he turned your company into Tesla like that. And I'm talking about share price wise. Everyone's like, oh my, no, I'm talking share price wise, okay? I'm not talking fucking, oh my God. Obviously, I know they're not this fucking multi-billion. You know what I'm saying. Suddenly, Tesla prices are like 114. AMC could suddenly be at 100 because they're suddenly debt fucking free. And the float is twice, no, like I said, 1/3 of what it was before the day you invested in it. If you have a YouTuber and they leave this line out, unfollow them right fucking now.
Well, there you go. If you have a YouTuber that leaves this line out, we didn't leave that line out. And the line is to adjust authorized ordinary share capital such as that. After giving effect to the above proposed, if adopted, AMC would have the same ability to issue additional common equity as it currently has to additional APE units. We did not leave that line out yesterday. So he's obviously not talking about me. We've talked about this, and what does it do? It gives Adam Aaron the ability to dilute this float whenever he wants with the remaining shares that he has. And he has about 200 million APE units that will then be converted to AMC units. If it's a 10-to-1 reverse split, he'll have 20 million shares. I don't know where he keeps making up 80 million shares. Maybe that fits his narrative for 80 million times the $64 price point would then give him around $4.5 billion to pay off debt. But that's not going to happen because you're not going to find anyone to buy AMC shares at $65. And what I mean by anyone, they might find you retail dumb enough to go back in there, but you're not going to find anyone on Wall Street that's going to buy into this company. That was my point. But keep going.
They're too fucking stupid to read. If you can't read everything all the way through, they literally put this together. Here is the process. Now watch this. This is what I left out earlier. Okay. Here's Adam Aaron. AMC, blah, blah, blah. Wait, where is it? Hold the fuck on. I think it's just one line I want to read you guys. Here you go. Here it is. Okay. The existence of APE has been achieving exactly their intended purpose. Blah, blah, blah. Now, here's the thing. Everybody's going to say, I get it. And yes, you're correct. He should have issued it quicker. Maybe he sat there and prayed it would go back up. Maybe it dropped to a price where he goes, I can't issue it yet. They'll get pissed. I don't know what the fuck went wrong. Obviously, it didn't go right. But here's a way to correct it. Now, authorizing this so we can go ahead and switch it over. By doing this, you get a... All right, now, son, by doing this, you now have the float. Now, by doing this, you just massively increase the float and 10 times it. By doing this, you get a new cusp ID. By doing that, you now give me the ability under the new cusp ID to issue equity that I can't fucking do.
We're almost
because
done.
They told me no.
He has about 10 more minutes to keep talking about asses.
But I can do it now at a price where how the fuck could they tell me no?
10 more minutes.
Think about it this way. Like I said, you already see the short positions. It's already harder to cover it. It's harder to cover each individual short position. I just showed you it. Because the starting cost is higher. The cost to borrow now on that starting price is fucking 10 times what it was before. So shorting, it's not like these other ones where it's, oh, it went up to $3. Who gives a fuck? This went up to $64 at 50%. And then the float actually went down. So now this 50% might be 70. All
like,
you
do they not
DRSers,
understand?
once again.
Like how GameStop got shorted all the way down? Like, you think they care what the dollar amount is, like, of the share? They don't fucking care. Dude, this guy lives in an alternate universe. Go look at Tesla. They took Tesla to the fucking ground. You are an idiot. Oh, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. But because it's going to be more cost to borrow, that's going to matter. No, it just means people are going to get paid because they know they are going to short it. It's a necessity. They don't mind paying, guys, they don't mind paying for the tickets to the show if the show's worth it.
Lower float is a lot easier to lock up. A lot easier to lock up. Now, let's say this happens the way I just said it. Let's say AMC goes up to 200 million float because he issued 80 million at $64. Everything went perfect. Everything went according to plan. And now you have...
No, I didn't want to show the video.
AMC.
I just want to hear it for a minute.
Debt-free. You have a float of 200 million. When you bought it, you were able to buy it at a low number. So you were able to acquire shares at a very low price to get a high number of shares. So when it finally does the reverse split and it gets to a price where it's harder to buy those shares, you have a lot of them. You already start out with a lot of them. And now when it gains that massive value, because again, now
this
it's
chicken
debt-free,
scratch is what I didn't want to show you guys. You guys never want to see it, it's fine.
Movie chain.
And Joel, thank you for the kind words.
Where's my thing? What the fuck?
We need to get laid. I apologize for you.
Okay, whatever. We're gonna keep going.
And your 30-minute lunch.
Popcorn on shelves. Because this is coming.
Oh,
in like
popcorn's on shelves.
They now have popcorn, which is at an 80 to 86% profit.
Stop. See, this is where I get pissed off, man. Okay, there is no profit of popcorn on the shelves of 80 to 86%. It's not even possible. There are so many hands involved. Unless you're picking the fucking corn yourself and you're popping it yourself and you own the packaging plant and you ship it yourself with grandma's truck, there is no profit of 80 to 86%. It's fucking popcorn. It's under the snack category, which it places like 7th. It's not even near chips and cookies. I'm going to act like I don't know shit about retail and groceries, okay? I'm going to act that way for a minute, AMC Bigums. And I'm going to let you say your bullshit. But it's actually about 80 to 86% cost. The cost to do business. You're looking at around 13 to 11% margin of profit. If it were an 80 to 86% profit, everyone would be in the business of popcorn and no one would be sitting here at YouTube. No one would be sitting and going to work 9 to 5, doing a 30-minute lunch like my dude meant to get laid over here. You're absolutely out of your fucking mind. And people let you write shit like this. 80 to 86% profit. You might mean 80 to 86% markup. That's what you might mean. But not profit. I mean, holy fuck. We'll keep going.
So every bag of popcorn is basically a donation to AMC. They'll have the credit cards. They've closed down a ton of shitty performing theaters.
Stop right there. First, the credit cards. Guys, they're actually paying for the credit card. They're not getting paid. And the way it works on rewards, they're actually giving $50 for every $50 you put in. The only way this credit card thing is going to make anyone profitable is because they tied it in with Stubs, and Stubs is going to be there. It's not beneficial to anyone who signs up. It's going to be the most expensive credit card you've ever seen in your life if I have to pay for a Stubs membership in order to get it. This is not Amazon Prime. This is why Amazon, and this is why Google, hey, by the way, Google, hi, YouTube, yes. It's a good time to be a part of YouTube, guys. They did get the contract for the NFL Network. They're going to be have the rights to all NFL games, and they paid $13 billion to do it. And I'm going to tell you right now, advertising, everything that comes with it, YouTube just locked in a great deal for a lot of people. Credit cards? Never. This is not going to make a single dollar for them. Do you know what the bounty is on a credit card? Traditionally, a bounty is about $25. Traditional bounty. That means the credit card company will give you $25 for every credit card that is approved. They're giving $50 to create a bounty the first 3 months. They will not make a profit off of credit cards for like 2 to 3 years. I'm talking about in-pocket profit, period. Remember, it's not about the amount of money they spend and all that. No, I'm telling you right now, there's just so much that goes involved. And then there's credit card fees that offset that bounty dollar. So the amount of credit card fees to do transactions via credit cost the company money. Do you not know? You don't know what credit cards are and what they do for a company? This is why they have those minimal gas fees, those debit card fees, credit card fees everywhere you go. Because it costs a company money per transaction. But let's put it out there. Let's let people think it's going to make you money. It costs money. You better sell a shitload of popcorn. You better 86% markup. You better sell a lot of something if you think you're going to make money off of credit card fees. I'm telling you right now, because the credit card fees are what you pay. Okay? Hi, Adam Aaron. You have a new expense. It's called credit card fees. It's going to be on there, and you're going to pump out credit cards to people. Be prepared for them to use them in your establishment, that you have to pay for them to use them. What do I know? Fucking everything. It's crazy about credit cards. Like, you guys, I laugh, man.
And here's the thing. When you have a ton of theaters, it's not always necessarily good. Yeah, you can go ahead and say we're the #1 movie theater. But yeah, and that's cool and that's good, and that's gives you a little more prestige. Maybe gives you a little better reputation.
He's correct right here.
But other than that, if it's blowing you money, you're paying for that reputation. Well, we don't have money to pay for that reputation right now. So
Good
getting
job,
rid
AMC.
of these shitty performing theaters and buying new ones, which is one of the things that they did with this, is they went ahead and they bought a theater in Boston. And if you guys look at the theater that they bought in Boston, I can't remember off the top of my head what it was called. It was like the Archlight. I thought it was the Starlight, but yeah.
I think it was Archlight, right? Arclight?
This theater here, like I said, I don't live out there, but Mastalorian, he does YouTube with Tony DeNaro quite a bit, and he lives in that area, and he told me there's no other theaters around this. There's no competition for this theater, so this will be a super profitable theater. So
that's one of your strong points, that they bought a movie theater that's super non-competitive. Going to be awesome because there's no competition around it. I will tell you, high-performing movie theaters and high-performing companies usually have competition around it because you want to show that your product is superior to the other. That would encourage me in business. But beyond that, I also want to tell you that they have uncancelable loans at AMC. That is the problem. I don't care what you think they're closing or what they've done. Closing shitty movie theaters, they have not done that. They have closed off maybe 70 versus the 40 that they opened. It's a net of 30 loss. And you're not going to be able to capture billions and billions of dollars. One movie theater in the middle of Boston is not going to save your company. Not this year. Nah, makes me laugh. Not this year.
At this point now, like I said, you got to look at the overall big picture now. Okay, so now from the moment you invested in AMC to today. This is stuff that if all of us go ahead and say yes, and then he does this ability right here. And then you go ahead and he issues it like I'm saying. Everybody that goes, why didn't he issue it on Ape? I'm going to explain that to you right now.
Ooh, I want to hear this.
That's the other number one question I've been asked. I wish they would just start a new fucking... I need to just buy this stupid thing. All right. Why Ape? Or I'm sorry. Why AMC and not Ape? Why didn't Adam Aaron reverse split Ape instead of AMC? Sorry, I don't know why I wrote it that way. Now think about it logically. Think about it business-wise. Think about what I just went over with you guys. All right, I'm Adam Aaron. I can go ahead and I can reverse split fucking Ape, okay? Well, guess what? That means I'm going to 70. What was that? 77 cents. So I can get it up to $7 and $7.70. Or I could do what I'm doing to AMC. I can lower the living fuck out of the float. I can now get it up to $64, and I can issue 80 million and pay my entire float off and then some. That's why. Because business-wise, logic-wise, and for their investor-wise, this makes a lot more sense. You would do it with AMC at this point because of the value that you can suddenly get with the new equity that you're able to issue.
Okay, I'm going to leave it there. We're done watching this guy. This is Ape. 120 million shares traded today. I'm going to get to your chat. I'm going to go read all the chat. I lie. I'm not. I am going to tell you that I'm not going to leave until the super chats are gone from Pepper with Salt. So I respect him as a man. Yeah, I tell you, he does not have to give me super chats like this. I know there was another chat in there somewhere and they got muted. You do get muted. Do not send me money. It's not that I want Pepper to pay for the whole channel either. If you want to support this channel any which way, you can always become a member of the channel. It is the lowest possible price. It is $2.99 a month. That's if you want to support what we do. Not asking you, not forcing you. I have people who are moderators who are not even members of the channel like that because we don't get it like that. It's not that way. I'd rather you just watch the videos and understand what we're doing. But Pepper with Salt for Christmas, I appreciate that. For New Year's, for gas, and for talking about ass. Yes. Thank you so much. As always, sir, I respect what you're doing. Now, I feel tortured having to listen to that clip during the stream. DB, I understand. But I did it to a point where I wanted people to know that they have no idea. They have no idea what they're talking about. When it comes to business, period. Certainly popcorn and the margin. Yeah, T-Dog, I hear you. That might be the markup for what they do in-store, right, at the movie theater. But to say you're going to put it on shelves and make money, that's not going to work. I don't think they'll make a profit at all. I know what it is. I have never experienced such a testing of my ability to endure so much pain, yet I'm still here. I would like to thank you for the opportunity to build my tenacity. Yeah, no worries, man. It's crazy because I sit there too, like you. I sit there and I try to understand the mindset of these YouTubers, of traders, and people who participate in the chat. And I don't understand how they wake up every day and the narrative never changes. For me, has it changed over time? Sure. Hell, there was a time where I bought AMC shares with the idea of this is crazy. I bought it at a price that I thought was good. I'd bought it at $8.98, $8.99, and I said, okay, I can stay here in the eights because it might get to 14, and then I'll see what it does. And I was there that day when it took off to 27, 28, and I was like, okay, well, this is where I'm out, and I jumped out. And then I bought back in the next Monday and it took off again and I sold again. Quick turn profit. I probably sold a total of like 15 shares. And I know people are like, 15 shares? What'd you make? I probably made like $100, man. I don't even know. I don't care. I don't care to know. But here's why. Because while doing that, it opened my eyes to a lot of research that I had to start doing. And I realized that no one else was doing it. So all these guys have been around for a long time. All these guys, and I've been around longer than all of them. Any AMC supporter, I've been around longer than. I've been doing videos longer than them. With the exception of Tony De Niro, I think he beats me out by 2 days on live. Or I beat him out by 2 days. One of the two. We're like 2 days apart. And it sucks because he made the claim, like Tony De Niro says, I only come out and I made an AMC channel because there was so many good GameStop channels, which is bullshit. There was none. That's why I made one, right? And so I was like, okay, you're full of shit. There was like Roaring Kitty, no one else. And it's like, all right, cool. Who's going to talk about fundamentals of the company? I don't know. I guess I will. I read it and I know how to read it and I understand retail. So then when you start watching this shit and people painting it and people trying to change what it is, it really sucks, man. It really sucks because there's people out here like T-Dog, like Pep. I'm going to tell you guys, and Pep, I don't mean to step on you in personal conversations, but even the conversation you had with us when we were doing the interview, I've interviewed Pepper with Salt on this channel, guys. You guys should really watch it. It's very informative. There's a lot of things we've done on this channel over the last 2 years. You guys should really watch. And then you'd understand why people are so seasoned with it and understand the fundamentals of AMC and how they're not going to be what people say they are. Peppard said, and I wanted to show you because a lot of you guys are the same way. A lot of you said, hey, I didn't know anything that was going on. I've been investing money for so long just in the markets themselves and letting people manage the money, the smart guys, the guys who are actually going to make you a profit over a lifetime, right? But then you get somebody to come into the office and somebody to come into your ear or call you on the phone or text you, say, you see this? You hear about this? And there's always guys out there that can give you stock tips that don't work out. But when the manipulation is that big, where common day investors and or people that are not investors can see the information coming in from all walks of life. Any article you might read, the TV you might turn on, and in your phone that you might pull up, it's going to be AMC, gotta buy it. It's so short, it's going. Oh my God, look at this. I didn't know who the hell New York Angelo was, but they use people with accents to try to get your attention. Maybe I'm getting people's attention in Canada or the UK or Australia, where they're like, hey, that guy with that funny California accent is talking again. My accent doesn't sound anything funny to me. I just sound like a person to me. But they're using these guys, and they have one for everyone. They have one cut from every demographic. Like you have the retarded ones, right? Like Common Sense Investor, and the ignorant ones, the druggies. There you go. You have the guys who might potentially like the same team like Tony De Niro and Massalorian. You might have the guys who think they're actually smart, like AMC Bigums. You have the potheads, like covered with Boss Blunts. They have somebody covered for everybody. The military guys with the Marine and Al from Boston and the womenizers and stuff. Like womanizers. You have all this going on. You have everybody from a walk of life. And then you have a guy like me, who I don't paint myself with anything like them. And I have to hear stories about how somebody walks into a room and says, hey, I think you should invest money into this company. It looks like a good thing to do. We're talking about couples. I had a guy yesterday do what happened with like Pep when he talks to his kids and he says, hey, we're competitive. I'm competitive too. I have this competitive juice. You see my brother? You see my dad? Like we're in it. We're like, yo, we talk about sports. We're manly. We're this, we're that, we're that. According to who, but whatever. But like Reek, when Reek's buying stock, he's laughing. I bought this, I sold that. I bought this, I traded that. I did. Like, I have to hear about that. And so do other people in their families. So when you get some info from somebody and they tell you to go do something and you do it and it doesn't work out, or if you do it and then you start telling people about it, oh, I'm over here. I'm in AMC. I'm in AMC. Come buy some. And then this shit happens. It can really affect your relationships. It can affect your life. So then when you have alienated yourself from everyone and you've lost your way and your wife is going to threaten to leave you, or you lost $100,000 or you lost $200,000, $50,000, you lost $1,000. I had the guy yesterday tell me, he said, Marantz, my wife is going to leave me. After Adam and Aaron made his announcement about the stock split and conversion, and he's like, I bought in at $50. I bought in at $60 a share. My wife's going to leave me. And it reminded me of Pep in a way, because Pep told me a story how he met his wife and how the love is real and how she has saved his life on his issues with his knee right now and with his kids. Everyone giving him advice on this investment. And it reminded me because, and to the guy from yesterday, I'm going to tell you, you're going to learn something. There's more to life than an investment. There's more to life than money. You know, if I made a bad investment, I would go to my wife and I would tell her the truth. You know, hon, I made this investment with the idea that I was going to be able to get us out of something. And instead, it's going to cost me. It's going to cost me a little bit more than what I had. But I'm going to grind a little harder. And we'll recover and we'll figure it out. But for better or worse, through sickness and health, richer or poorer. And if people really respect their vows and they respect who they are as people, then they're going to be okay. For every AMC investor, I really want you to think about that. Because it is going to cost you a lot. And no one's telling you the truth but me. These guys are all going home to their kids, to their wives, and making videos. And they're getting paid. With merchandise, with links, with views. Why would you ever think that they're here for you? Don't even think I'm here for you. Just get me out of the equation. Go do the work yourself. Just know there's a lot of people here that if she leaves you, if your husband leaves you, if your wife leaves you, you can still come right here. I'm still going to be here. I'm going to help you. We'll still have a great time. You know, people always ask me, what can I do? What can I do? So-and-so's having suicidal thoughts. So-and-so's doing it. And I'm just like, whoa, slow down. I'm not Trey. I'm not going to get lonely and cry in a room with a dildo and my mom and be like, oh my God, I don't want to do YouTube anymore because people are saying they're going to kill themselves. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell you this. Go get a hobby. Let me be your hobby. Let TFT be your hobby. Let Gods Unchained be your hobby. Let GameStop be your hobby. Let anything be your hobby. The Dallas Cowboys football, World Cup soccer. I don't care. Go find something to stimulate your mind. Something that doesn't cost you money. But the more time you put into that will deter you from the ideas and the thoughts that you're going through. But I'm telling you, the guy who told me yesterday his wife's going to leave him, let her. Kiss her goodbye. Good luck, babe. Because she wasn't the one. If someone's not willing to grind with you at the bottom, who's going to, what? It's all roses? It's all good? That's what we're going to do? I tell you a lot of personal shit here about my life. You guys can play out my whole life for me. But when I do an interview with Pep and he tells you, hey, my boys were wrong, I'm okay with it. You think he loves his kids any less? Hell no, he loves them to death. He's going to go right back in there, walk it with his wife, talk it out like I do with my wife. You know, my wife and I'm going to share this with you because everyone shares personal stuff. You don't think I know Almo's a lot of his stuff right now? I know a good portion of it. I don't know everything. Ruben's living a good life. Ravens, Kyoto, Abe, Xbit, everybody's grinding out here. Nobody's looking at each other, blaming people. I'm not worried about what Ryan Cohen's doing with my investment. I'm worried about how I'm going to do more tomorrow and how I'm going to wake up and go to work again and again and again and again. I'm not trying to get rich tomorrow. I'm not trying to get famous tomorrow. I made this spot so that we can enjoy the time passing until what? Until GameStop is evaluated properly. Until a couple announcements get made and we all cheer together. I've been a Dallas Cowboy fan my whole life, and they haven't won since 95. Does that deter me in my day? I can't believe it. People are like, you got to have, oh, you like the Cowboys, why don't you bet any money on them? Why don't you? It's like, what? I got to put money on the game? My bad. Well, in this game, I got money on it. I've got enough money on there to where it matters to me, where I say, you know what? Let me do some more homework. Let me do a little bit more research. But if it ever went sideways, I literally could go to my wife and be like, hey, baby, that money we put in, it's gone. Or a good chunk of it's gone. And I'm going to still keep investing. I'm still going to keep working. I'm still going to keep trying. But yes, it's gone. And my wife would look at me and she'd be like, I told you. No, she wouldn't say I told you because she supports me. But she loves GameStop. But there's nothing out here, guys. Nothing out here to get me down. I'll die right here for you. I'll die with this investment. And not because I think it's going to zero. But it's just because I have a belief that you walk it like you talk it. And when I have to listen to these AMC investors and YouTubers and Twitter attacking me, I just smile. Because it wouldn't be attacking you if you were doing something wrong. You got to be doing something right. Peppered, I could never pay you back in a year of making videos for the amount of money you just tipped me today. I could never. I don't know how much you value an hour's worth of entertainment, but I'll keep giving you hours and hours and hours to pay you back. I'll keep making videos and videos and videos. And while doing that, I'll keep trying to change people's lives day after day, thousands of people at a time throughout the year. But the lessons that I have learned, I feel like I owe you guys everything. One day, we will sit here like we did 2 years ago, and we will laugh. I go watch the beginning streams of this channel, like the starting streams, right? The ones, I was terrible. I mean, I still am, I guess. And I was yelling and making fun of people and doing impressions, and I was doing whatever came to my heart, like at the time, because there were so many things that were just interfering. But then I found out what was really going on, like the suppression of voices of truth. And then when I watched Boss Blunts yesterday and him say, this is not America, this is my YouTube channel, you don't get to say what you want, that's when I was like, whoa. Like, I had never seen a whole episode of his. And for me to watch that whole episode, I listened to it, I didn't watch, but I listened, and I was just like, I was blown away. Because I had never known that he was so unpatriotic in a way. Like opposed to opposing views. Because I have an open format. I mean, people talk, people call the show, people, we do Twitter Spaces calls, or we'll do like things on Discord where we're all communicating and everyone's talking and everyone has a view. Or we've done interviews. I've gotten head to head with AMC YouTubers, Data Zero, and just intelligence versus intelligence. Or do I need to be right on everything? No, but have a good idea of what you're going to say. And if you had an opposing view, they're just going to mute you and ban you or block you. I didn't understand why people have been coming to my channel and been like, yo, that Discord, they just blocked me and kicked me out because I said, what's going on with Adam Aaron? And I was like, what? I just don't understand it. He told the truth, and that's why he's out of AMC, and I was pessimistic. And when you bring me into a pump, I knew better and be thankful for this channel. You know, a lot of people have come to me and told me thank you. Liz, and thank you for that. What a lot of people have come to tell me is thank you. And I'm just going to say you're welcome. Question from David Collins. Marantz, when did you first hear about GameStop? Well, I first heard about GameStop, I was at work. And the headlines were blowing up. My phone was blowing up. And everyone's like, did you see this? Did you see? I said, yeah, I saw it. I don't care. Like, I'm not invested in that. Because at the time I was deep. I was deep into Doge. I had been deep into Doge. So my Doge was up. And I'm just like, what's it got to do with me? I'm over here. I'm making money. See? I was in Doge like 20,000 at 3 cents. And it was popping. And I was like, damn. I'm okay. Even my son remembers. I said, son, we're going to roll it with it till it gets to 9 cents. And it hit 9 cents, and I was like, oh my God. But my buddies kept talking about GameStop. This is like 3 weeks before that happened. And he said, hey, man, like, do you see how the people are changing? The people are changing the way the world works and the markets work. And I was like, I guess. My buddy and I, we brainstorm a lot at work. And he was like, hey, man, I'm telling you, this is big. I was like, okay, I'll read into it. I started reading into it. I saw Roaring Kitty on Capitol Hill. And I was texting my brother. My brother was like, don't do it. Because I was telling him, like, man, you know what? I'm going to go. I'm going to go. And I have a screenshot. I can post it in Discord. I have a screenshot when GameStop was at $43 a share that February. And I was like, I think I'm going to buy this. Because I had taken a picture of my buddy's phone. That's what happened. I took a picture of his phone. I said, damn, man, you got this share right here. He had a share. He had 1 share of GameStop. I was like, you got a share of GameStop? He's like, yeah. I was like, how'd you get that? He's like, oh, it was free. Robinhood gave it to me for free. And I was like, Robinhood gave you a free share of GameStop? He's like, yeah, when I opened my account, like in 2019 or 2020, whenever he opened his account, he got 1 free share of GameStop. So I was like, bro, you could have sold that for $450. Like, why did you sell? And he's like, no. I just want to see what it's going to do. I don't need the money. And I was like, okay. So I started thinking. I said, why are they giving you free shares? They're giving you free shares because they want you to sell them. That's what came to mind. So right away, I started doing a little bit more homework. Not a lot of homework, a little bit more homework. I said, all right, this is the time. So I bought in February. Over the whole month of February, I was buying in on GameStop. And if you guys remember, we got stimulus checks too. So not only did I get my bonus and I had money saved up, I got stimulus checks. And I was like, yo, let me start pumping this in. I didn't even need the stimulus checks. I don't even know how I was just like, they're just giving them? This is cool. Money was just showing up. So I just started throwing that in. And then I asked my wife if I could take some money from the savings. And my wife had been planning to buy this dream house of hers for years, for 3 years now. And she's like, hey, if you're going to put money in, don't lose it. I'm like, nah, baby, we're good. I'm good. And I hadn't even called T. Rowe Price yet and done that whole deal where I was like, I'm ready to go in. And yeah, I got in with that guy, my buddy of mine, who said, buy in. We should do it. And I started really rolling. That's when I started rolling around in DD. And I started reading a lot of Reddit. I mean, I was in Reddit posting. Because I had been making posts about Doge since like November on Reddit. It was great, man. We were talking about Doge for a long time. And anyway, Doge jumped up from like fractions of a penny to 1 penny, and I was like, this is it, we gotta go. And I really thought my rocket was gone at that point. It was gone, but what I was focusing on at the time was that I was able to get back, like on my open portfolio, I probably got back like 40 to 50% return in 2020. I was walking around bragging. I made 50%. 50% on what my portfolio is a lot of money. My broker was like, yo, you did really good this year. I was like, yeah, I'm doing it on my own now, man. Because I've been studying. He was like, all right, but I only want to buy these companies. I think I still have screenshots of all this stuff. I should post it for fun in the Discord. Just so you guys can see like what the hell I was buying back then. And you'll see like $23,000 in dough. You'll see it, dude. I'll show it to you guys. It's funny. And so I took like a little bit of my Costco, a little bit of my other stuff, and I was moving it around. And then my wife said no. My wife really did say no to GameStop. She said, nope, no more. We're done. Because she wanted to buy the house. It was going to cost me like, I don't mind telling you guys this stuff. It's Christmas, I'll tell you. Like $31,000. I had to come up with $31,000. Right? And I had like 45 days to do it. You know, hey, you got 45 days. You got to come up with 31,000. And I was like, yo, what the hell, man? Like, that's just quick. And because I have to make phone calls. I don't have cash. Like, people have cash. I don't have cash. I have money in accounts like, across the board. So I start making phone calls. And they're like, hey, you don't have to sell. Because I was like, if I sell, you know, how long is it going to take time for me to get that money over here? And I'm thinking about taxes. I'm thinking about like everything. And then that's when my guy says, you don't have to sell. Like, we'll give you this. We'll figure it out for you. So they actually figured it out and they sent me some money and they figured it out for me. And I told my wife, I remember the day I was able to tell her, I was like, hey, I got the money. She's like, you do? I was like, yeah, let's go. And I cried in the parking lot with her because that was in January, February of this year. My wife and I sat there and we cried in the parking lot because we were finally able to tell the family that we bought our dream home. We got our house. And all we wanted to do was share it with Grandma Nina, my wife's grandmother, who had been there for us for the last 15 years. She had been a rock. Her chair at the dining room table still has her sweater over it. It's still there. No one sits in it. You're not allowed to sit in it because that's Grandma's chair. And we wanted to tell Grandma that we did it because we're a team and we did this, man. You know, you buy a 1/4 acre and, 2,700 square feet. You do that in California, you let me know. I mean, it's a lot. And it was just a lot to do as a team. And we did it. But Grandma was in the hospital and she wasn't allowed to have visitors. So we could never tell her. I've been doing YouTube for like 2 years, man. And this has been the hardest year of my life. And it's not because I'm not going to make it in life, but it's just because time keeps going and nobody cares what stops. So for all you investors out there, it's Christmas. And people pass. People get sick. You just keep marching. And I'm happy to do it with my team, with my crew. I miss both of my grandmothers. Grandma Nina and Grandma Jessie passed this year. And you said, when did this start, Marantz? How did this happen? I don't know. I don't know where I started, but I know I'm going to finish. I'm going to finish on top. And I've been through obstacles with my brother, my son, my dad, my mom, everybody. We've all managed to keep grinding because that's life. You know, I get worked up about a video like this where we're having to break down FUD and laugh and make fun of people and things, whatever maybe do, you know, to pass the time, but it's just money. It's just an investment. You're going to burn off some money. You're going to lose some of your investment. You're going to be okay. There's 8 billion people on this planet, man. If no one wants to be with you because you lost some money, go find another one. The whole point in life is to keep grinding. You know, Pep, when you say you are the best, Marantz, and we all love you and dedication and commitment, smartest guy I think I ever met. You know, I don't think I'm too smart. But I do think that I will outwork the next guy. I will outwork you. This is not an act. I'm not a guy who just gets on the mic and says, we're going to be so fucking rich. Or everyone's stupid. You're all dumb. Like, no, we can do that. We can make proclamations and cheer and yell, but I think that this story we're writing has a narrator, and I'm just a narrator. That's it. It's your story to tell, but I'll do the voiceover. So to all my brothers and sisters, I love you guys. My extended family here, I love you. It's Christmas. I won't be live tomorrow. I won't be live on Christmas. But I will tell you, thank you for everything. And I'll catch you on the other side. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate you. Peppered. Love you, brother. Kyoto, Almo, the crew. T-Dog, I hope you know. I'm going to end the stream right here with you, T-Dog. T-Dog, I hope you know how different this channel is. How different we are. It's not what you think. No one's paying anybody. It's just a guy who gets up and pushes record. Merry Christmas, family. Merry Christmas to everybody. And I love you guys. God bless. Absolutely. Shout out. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. I'm going to see you around, millionaires. Peace.